But it's gonna be alright. Yeah. Cause me and my clique, we don't give a fuck. Trick Daddy, let's go. If you know that you can get it, let me know. I want to break this thing up. Let's go. If you know that you can get it, let me know. I want to break this thing up. If you want some, come get some.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Welcome to the FTW Future Focus. I am your host, the mastermind, Bob Rogers. And with us, we have part of the FTW crew. Marcus is out this week. His 4-year-old is having a birthday party. I don't know if it's his niece or nephew or his grandson or whatever it is. It doesn't matter how old he is or what relation he is. It just matters that he has a good birthday. So, Marcus, have fun. Keep putting on the mask. Yeah, you ain't
that's
seen
gonna be the wallpaper next week.
Yeah, that's got to be our wallpaper for that. You got to see the mask. You got to all celebrate the birthday. It's kind of tight. So have a good one. But with us right now, Rob's having technical difficulties. But coming in first, right next to me is the president of Motown Wrestling Group. He loves, of course, AJ, which is in the back, his back left. He also wouldn't mind having a nice swirly twisty with Mandy Rose and AJ Lee. It is his dream, and I hope the man achieves it. I will be there to videotape the whole thing. He is Tony Motown, Allen, president of Motown Wrestling Group. Tony, what's up?
Hey, I'm gonna need you to tape that because I'm gonna need to be able to enjoy that forever.
Yeah.
Oh man, this thing about I can already tell. Like Ice Cube said, today's gonna be a good day.
Boy. Anyway, next, right up under Tony. She is from Chicago, Illinois. She is a wrestling fan. She is a former ballet. The girl got a do-rag on and her slapper's ready. And I have no idea why in the heck she called herself Nicole Imperium, but I don't know. I don't get what are you gonna salute? I mean, what the hell? I mean, what's up with this, Nicole?
I like it.
Do you not know what Imperium means?
Yes, I do.
Imperium is 3 white dudes standing up there talking about this.
No, the word Imperium, it means the person of absolute power. That's me. I have power.
There you go.
You have power?
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Wait. You have power?
Yes, I do. I have power over myself, and I have power over anybody that tries to come at me.
And that's woman power too.
So
woman empowerment.
So hold on, you doing the thing like He-Man and She-Ra. I have the power.
I can't take it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't take it. You need to watch He-Man and She-Ra. It can't just be before your time. Go back and watch them on YouTube.
All I know is I'm gonna give my slapping power to Tony's girl at home so she can go crazy on him if he tries to get with Mandy Rose. That's all I'm saying.
Wait a minute, why would you do that? She encourage him too.
Because I just want to watch her do it.
Oh God!
I mean, that's nice, but there's no girl over here.
That's what I was going to say. What girl?
The girl
for the record, She-Ra was for the honor of Grayskull, not for the power of Grayskull.
Power. Yeah, you're right.
No, she was for the power of Grayskull. She's a female. She's always trying to get power.
That was his sister.
Well, then I definitely need to watch He-Man then.
I thought
it was a lot of fun.
Out of Kentucky.
You said He-Man and She-Ra. I need to watch those then.
Thank you for joining us on AEW.
No, Rob, that's too early. That's too early.
We already had one before you.
We're gonna get worse than that, Rob. Come on now. That was light. That was light, baby.
Speaking of coming into the middle of everything,
I'm sorry I was late to the party today.
He resolved his technical difficulties. He's on IWTV. He's on Fight TV. He is home to the FTW Network. He is the vice president of FTW Network. Also, the man with the platinum voice. He is the man that makes Corey Graves, and I will say this every week because it is the truth. He makes Corey Graves look like the little bitch he is.
Yeah.
Because Corey Graves is a bitch.
Yep.
And also, he makes Wade Barrett loses his accent because he commentates so good. Wade Barrett don't know what to say. He is Robert, you're not so humble correspondent, Robert Black. Rob, what's up, man?
Thank you. Sorry, I'm a little bit late, but my computer was giving me a problem a few minutes ago. But I think we're on track now.
Okay, good. Because the last time I heard somebody was late, I had child support about 2 years later.
Hey,
Thank you for
Like, you
joining
late.
us on FTW Future Focus.
like, we're gonna get that flashlight. Go find that motherfucker.
Nah, he got beautiful kids out of it, so he good. He good though,
Yeah.
because he's a good dad. So,
Well,
That's true.
I'm an okay
That's-
dad. I should be better, but I'm an okay dad.
oh come on, get your
He's a
flowers,
modest-
man.
He's a modest dad.
So we all are. We all make mistakes, but we all can improve.
Yeah. Speaking of improving, last but not least,
Remember the masterpiece? The masterpiece. What was his name? The masterpiece.
Oh, Chris Masters.
Chris
Yeah.
Masters, yeah.
That's what
Nah.
you should have named
Who now
yourself.
calls
this week.
himself Chris Adonis in the NWA.
Yeah, he's getting ready to fight Titus.
well,
Really?
I know
That's who's
we see
challenging?
somebody was fighting with a razor right now.
And lost.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to embrace this. Me and Rob are shaved. We're clean. Me, Rob, and Nicole are cleanly shaved.
Wait a minute, what you mean at Nicole? What you trying to
Because
say?
Nicole shaved her stuff too, or she'd be hairy right now.
Nicole?
I told you I was gonna get you, Nicole. Where you at?
Oh, I'm not even going to try with that one.
Hope he don't get those razor bumps, Chris.
Hey, I don't get. Come on now.
I said, hopefully
But
she don't get those razor bumps.
But like I said, you kind of look like James Earl Jones, so it's good.
If somebody ever deserves to get slapped, because that's the funniest shit ever. When Rob said it, I fell out my chair online. If anybody deserves to be slapped, Rob, you got one coming.
No. From the nose down, I thought you were James Earl Jones. for a
Oh my
moment.
God! So I'm Mustafa in the Lion King.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
We just got
Okay.
Darth
From
Vader.
CNN.
I'm Vader.
You Vader.
Okay,
Oh, that ain't a
This
bad thing
is
to be, man.
CNN.
Rob, you're on my list, and I told Brock Lesnar your phone number just so you know. He knows what you said about him.
No,
Oh, he
no,
probably
give us
clicked on himself.
give Rob something to tap on.
Bye, I quit.
Why are you running? It's Brock Lesnar. Who cares?
He's gonna hit you with his ponytail.
Should have gave Brock Lesnar my phone number. Shoot, he can dominate me.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
That one deserved it.
Love
That's
the
how I
fight
do it with
champion.
Mabel as well, Nicole.
What the hell?
Hi.
Really? Brock Lesnar? Oh
You
my
gonna replace Bray Wyatt with Brock Lesnar?
No, McIntyre's her dude though. Drew McIntyre's her dude.
No,
I
back
like
in the
Drew
day.
too.
No, back in the day, she was huge. She was big time in love with Bray back in the day.
I
Bray
also
who?
like John Cena too.
Bray Wyatt.
I went from
Wyatt.
I have
Wyatt.
a weird taste.
The
Okay,
Wyatt
look,
family.
Yeah,
Bray
you
Wyatt.
do. I will
Before
agree
the
with that.
Fiend.
Yes, you do. You go from blockhead to muscle.
I can. Yeah. Could you imagine him with the Fiend mask on with Nicole?
Now, she liked him before the Fiend. Now
it was before the Fiend.
That was before the Fiend.
Nicole been hanging out at the Funhouse too long.
It was on
Thank
Simon
you
Gotch.
for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Our first segment is Can We Break the Damn Record?
Nicole,
It was
I
on
went
when
to
Simon
Chicago
Gotch.
traffic just to get to you. Let me know.
Oh.
I can see Nicole and that Vince McMahon doll dancing.
Oh my God. Oh.
Hey, that's such good shit. Ain't that what they say? Thank you for joining us.
We may never see it again.
I know,
Hey,
right?
it-
You may never.
All I'm gonna say is it's shit. I don't know how good it is.
Yeah.
But there's
That's
nothing
such
wrong with a
good
good country
shit.
boy. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Nicole just lost some cool points for me.
All right, we might
She
need to
started off on fire too.
We might need to move from the intro now.
Yeah, we got to.
We might want to.
Yeah. First subject on the total poll here. Triple H, of course, head of everything supposedly. But they bid them for his tail. everybody's bidding for a sale for WWE. I don't know who's gonna buy it, who wants to buy it, if Saudi's gonna buy it, and, whatever. But Trips wants to a smaller WrestleMania show, which is proved right now because I think it's only 9 matches, and they're gonna add a couple more. So it'll be 11 matches total for both shows. Usually it's about 16, so it's a cut down of about 5 matches. I'm gonna ask the panel here. And I want everybody out there who's watching to think about this. If you want to comment on the message board itself. But do you think a smaller WrestleMania? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I'm slipping on something. We got a special guest here.
So underneath Nicole?
House. No, it's not Brock Lesnar for Nicole.
No, he's talking about me.
No, I ain't talking about baby.
No, Tony was.
Oh, okay. Tell him to come into the camera, man. Coop's in the house.
How we doing, everybody?
In the house.
Hey,
What's up, Cooper?
How's everybody feeling?
I'm feeling all right, man. You doing cool?
I'm good.
That's good.
I'm good.
That's good.
Just listening to the podcast get shut down, 42 times in the intro. I think that was a record for thank you for joining FTW podcast. That was the intro.
Actually, our record is 36.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Our record is 36 in one sitting. So yeah.
That was close. That was very close.
We got time.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to break that record today.
I mean, what we at now? Like 6 or 7?
Yeah, we're on like 7 right now.
Cool.
30 to go. Let's get that track going. Good to see you, Cooper. Cooper's a big time fan. One of my best buddies. He's a Duke fan. Don't trash him too much, but he's a Duke fan. But he loves pro wrestling. So one day we'll have it where he can sit down and he can talk wrestling with us. It'll be a special podcast. So
sounds good.
Cooper, good seeing you, bro. All right.
Sweet.
But Triple H wants to do it smaller, and again, he's proving it right now, which means the matches are going to be longer, the entrances are going to be longer, or something's going to be longer. If Stephanie's there, he might be longer. But the question is this.
Thank you for joining us.
But
thank you for joining us.
Stephanie hoping
8.
Stephanie wants to go to China.
I did not need that vision of Triple H as a marathon lover. I don't need that image.
Hey.
That's not a bad image. It's worse.
You said,
man, I don't know if his heart can take that, Nicole.
I don't know.
You know his heart.
Yeah.
But seriously, do you think it's going to be good or bad for the WWE brand? Tony, go ahead, kick it off.
Absolutely not. I am so happy they shortened the card, and I really hope that Tony Khan is taking notes. We don't need 16 matches when half of them we give 2 shits about. Give me some good quality matches on your biggest show. If you give me some good quality matches, I'm good. One of my favorite Starrcades was Starrcade 87 or 88. They had like 7 matches, and all was like incredible. Leading up to and you have that many matches, and Ric Flair and Luger only wrestled like 30 minutes. If you give me some good matches and cut out all the BS, I'm enjoying the show a hell of a lot more than sitting through Jackass and sitting through other bullshit that I have no interest in. So yeah, cut it down, because last year they did really good night 1 and shit the bed night 2 because they had too much crap to try to cram in there. Don't cram in the crap. Give me good quality matches.
Shit the bed. Was it diarrhea?
Oh yeah, they shit the bed. Night 2 was diarrhea. Ooh. That was like WrestleMania 9 bad.
Ooh. All right, Nicole.
Was it 27 bad?
Damn. Nicole's ruthless. Go ahead, girl.
Now it was 27.
Go ahead, girl.
So I'm all for cutting down some of these matches, but it depends on if you stretch the matches out or you're going to be adding some entertainment in between the matches. Because if I see Diddy on that stage with his no talent rapping ass on that stage with his girl of the week singing some dumb song, or Chris Kid Rock, I almost said Chris Rock. He don't sing. Kid Rock comes up there and does whatever the hell he do as
Big difference between Kid Rock and Chris Rock.
Chris Rock did sing though. He sung
He
when
did.
Will Smith slapped the shit out of him. He sung real loud.
So I think it all depends on what they're gonna do with that time that they're taking away from these short squash matches, because that's what all they would be is squash matches. I don't need to see Elias versus somebody for a 30-second match.
Anybody.
I don't need it. If this match is not longer than 15 minutes, we don't need it. So it all depends on what they do with that time.
I had a joke behind that, but I'm going to leave that alone. Rob, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Bobby.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Rob is hilarious.
okay. Anyway, I almost did it to myself. Anyway,
I think that would have took up.
I'm single now, so I do it to myself too, Rob.
not only am I in favor of this move by Triple H to shorten the card, but I would like them to go back to one day, preferably Saturday.
Yes.
So, and Nicole has a point, and Tony's got a point. As long as the quality doesn't get hurt and they don't like cram in a whole bunch of filler to fill in 2 days, and they give us quality matches that go 10, 15 minutes each, I think we'll be all right. It's just a question of whether they have booked everything solid. If they haven't booked everything solid and they end up giving us a whole bunch of things that we didn't ask for, then this could be a bad thing. But as far as streamlining the card, all for it.
Mhm.
Okay. Chris.
Thanks, Bobby. What the weirdest thing is, Rob said it best. Back to one day. Did WrestleMania 1, 2, 3, 26, did they need 2 days? And then in the past, 3 years, didn't they fire like half the roster? So when they said they're trying to, we want to still marquee and show our stars, there's not that many stars, to be honest with. I better not see a match with Johnny Gargano in it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Or The Miz, or
I think-
Bad Bunny,
gonna be on
or
NXT.
Jackass. Those are matches that were wasted. I'm glad they're taking out. I'm hoping that they said they were going to take out the Andre the Giant. We got the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? We don't need those kind of matches where you have a Rumble and you just put random guys in there and let somebody that doesn't even end up becoming a star, like the football player that won it one time. Yeah. Also, the Hell in a Cell has its own pay-per-view. Why is there a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania? It doesn't even make sense. It takes away the specialness of wrestling. It takes away the specialness of Hell in a Cell.
Hell
I
in a
think
Cell
get rid of
was
the Hell in a Cell
pay-per-view.
pay-per-view.
Didn't we just have one?
Elimination Chamber.
That chamber.
Well, I'm saying
There's
looked like the
not
same
much
match to me.
difference. There's
Yeah.
not much difference except
Not
the
only
signing
that,
page.
When we watched the Royal Rumble, how many commercials had Brock Lesnar in it that had nothing to do with wrestling matches? We kept seeing Brock Lesnar. We saw him like 4 or 5 times, and he wasn't even the world champion.
Wait a minute. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
When Brock Lesnar comes out to wrestle, when does it have anything to do with a wrestling match?
I understand that, but also the entrances got longer since wrestling's been going on. Then some of these wrestlers have 5-6 minute entrances, and when you do that with 30 wrestlers, hell, there's an hour right there that we lost watching them come down to the ring. I can see a Triple H coming down on the motorcycles and doing that big thing. I can't see everybody getting a big entrance or having the long half a mile entranceway to get to the ring. You know what I mean? So I wish it would go back down to one day, but I also think, if we're going to have like Hell in a Cell, if you guys are right and they take that pay-per-view away, then I was mistaken, but I don't see all these gimmick matches. WrestleMania used to be about the titles and the main eventers. That's what WrestleMania used to be about. That's all I want to see. And when I go to WrestleMania, if it's going to be the biggest show ever, and then as a fan, how much does it cost for you to go for 2 days after you've been there for a week going through every event to go for 2 days of 2 WrestleManias, basically?
About that yesterday.
I mean, think of how much money that they're making, and they can still 11 matches they can do in one night. I'm sorry, squash match, a couple 5-minute matches, cut down the entrances. There's 4 hours. Bam.
Real quick, Chris. So WrestleMania 3, I believe, had 13 matches.
Well, look at the takeovers. The takeovers had 4 matches, the good ones, and 2-hour shows. We love the takeovers. 4 matches.
Wait. Let me look. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, my bad.
No, it's good. The quality of the matches matter too. WrestleMania 3 had 12 matches, and almost all of them were good. Yeah,
main eventers.
Yeah, all of them. The Mania.
Wouldn't Macho Man Steamboat be a main event at any other WrestleMania but WrestleMania 3?
In my opinion, it was the main event at WrestleMania 3.
I get it, but we know why Hogan Andre was the main event.
Right.
Because he's a bitch.
I would sit through 11 great matches for 4 hours, rather than sit through like 6 garbage matches for 3 hours. So it's all about the quality of the match for me, not necessarily the length of the card. I'm one of the few people in the world that loved Mania 4 because of the tournament. Most of those matches were either were either mostly good or great. So that was just me.
All right, let me go ahead with my take on this. All right, I look at, of course, everybody knows I look at things in a different way, and I look at this as, I try to look at it from a fan's point of view, but I also look at it at a business point of view. 2 days of WrestleMania, is it bad? My problem is that within them 2 days, you don't put quality matches in. If you had everything during that year before running into WrestleMania, and you had enough quality stars to where you could fill up a good 14 matches of nothing but feuds from that previous year, I think WrestleMania will work out well. You could have 2 days and no problem. 7 matches apiece on each day. Maybe 8 and 7 and then 8 on the second day because you got the World Championship match. You know what I'm saying? So that would be a special thing. But and the length of time wouldn't matter because you're getting the quality matches where these guys and girls are working out, and you lose yourself in the match and not paying attention to, this has been going on for how long? You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. We can't lose ourselves into these matches because most of these matches are garbage. Most of these feuds and build-ups are garbage. And this is why I have my philosophy. I hate to bring up AEW, but this is why I have my philosophy about AEW and some of their guys when it comes to the Young Bucks and Kenny Ortega and all of these other
Ortega.
Yeah, that's what I call him, Kenny Ortega, because he's fragile like a taco. But my thing is, you could do all the moves you want to. You could do all of these fantastic moves, but if you do not have the personality to bring that story out and to make people compelled to watch what you do, the match is going to end up garbage the first or second time you watch it. And that is the problem. And that is the hardest thing to do when you're in that ring, is to bring that emotion into it. Anybody can do the moves most of the time. And I won't say anybody can do the moves, but anybody can do a series of moves. Okay, if you do your training and learn long enough. The difficult and the real meaning behind wrestling is not just executing the moves properly, but to get the people emotionally involved to watch your match over and over and over and over and over again, so they will be compelled to spend that money at the gate, so they would keep coming back, having a good time, and spend more money when you continue it. The problem is they don't do that in this day and age. That is a lost art. Everybody thinks that if you do 15 flips in a curtsy, that you're doing a great match, and it's not. You're taking the easy road out, and that's what I wish that a lot of these young guys would get that concept. But everybody wants that instant gratification. You know, and the viewers are at fault at that too. I mean, you know, some of the viewers are at fault because I want to see something real quick, blah blah blah. They don't want to get mostly involved in these matches. And it has to deal with our society. It has to deal with a lot of things that go on outside of wrestling that makes us, you know, go against that. But
there has to be a balance somewhere.
Yes, it definitely has to be a balance. And if you want wrestling to work, and you want something like WrestleMania to work to its full expectation, like it should, you got to have that year long to where those wrestlers have a feud, and they compel you, so you know when WrestleMania comes. Oh my God, this is the blow up. This is the blow off. What's gonna happen? How's it gonna finalize? Blah blah blah. And you can actually do that against a number of WrestleManias if you do the story right.
If WrestleMania has to be more than one night, it needs to be compartmentalized from Friday to Monday. You do the SmackDown Go Home show and get all the preview shit out of the way that night. Then you do strictly NXT Saturday night, and you showcase that as a preview to Mania. You do Mania on Sunday with everything that you've built to, and then you do the Raw after. And that's your whole package. You make it a festival atmosphere.
But even with, oh, my bad. Go ahead, Bobby.
I got a question, Rob.
Yeah.
The difference that you had in what I would do is I would still put on WrestleMania Night 1. Okay. My question is, why would you skip WrestleMania 1 just because you have NXT? Because NXT to me is, even though I love NXT, and Tony will tell you how much I love NXT, I go nuts over it, but it's still the beginnings of where you're at.
It's the G League.
Yeah, I think it's a proper build-up. You have NXT, then you have WrestleMania Night 1, and then you build to WrestleMania Night 2.
But here's my personal feeling with NXT Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania Night 1. That's a long ass day of wrestling. You got NXT for 3 hours, and you got 4 hours of WrestleMania. And then you got another night of WrestleMania the next day. That's a lot of wrestling in a short amount of time.
But we've all argued this point, Rob. Bobby just said it. The storylines building up a year, they had it. Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. It was on a platter for them. And even though they switched to the Usos, that's even a great storyline, putting Sammy and Owens back together. They had a backup plan. I have to give them their props. It's working for me. I watched SmackDown, and I was like, even I marked out when they hugged. I was like, okay. But I watched ROH. I know the backstory. A lot of WWE fans today don't know the El Generico, Kevin Steen, Owens story, the Steen story. They don't know that. We do. We're, and I'm not going to say I'm a better fan. I'm just saying that's a built-in storyline in itself. But the storyline was Sami Zayn versus Reigns. We all know it. They were like, no, we're going to have Cody Rhodes no matter what. What if Cody never healed? What if he never healed? Would they have tried to bring Orton back? It seemed like they didn't want Sammy versus Reigns.
They didn't.
Remember, it was supposed to be a 3-week plan. But Bobby's right, though. Daniel Bryan left the WWE because he said creative wouldn't let him do longer storylines. He said he was overdoing these 2-week storylines. He wanted to do old school wrestling where you build a feud and you culminate it at WrestleMania. Like, we all grew up on that.
Well, see, there's a problem now with WWE in that they would rather own 100% of a bad idea than share 20% of a good one. Because Sami Zayn was not part of the plan, but because because the fans made him part of the plan, they wanted to 86 it. That's the whole problem with that. Now, the reason I included NXT in the Saturday in my scenario is variety.
Okay.
People who want to see the kind of wrestling that Bobby was talking about, which is like all flips and all of that. You can put all that stuff on Saturday, and then you can put all the storyline driven stuff on Sunday. And that would satisfy everybody's taste buds here. That was all I'm saying.
I can see.
Well, I see. Okay, I can see that, but the problem is you got people who are coming into WrestleMania who don't watch that stuff on a regular basis. Is the first thing you want them to see is Roxanne Perez to represent the whole company?
Hold on, wait a
Well,
minute. Let me think about this.
You mean Tiny Tits?
Or whoever, or
Mosquito
well,
Marquez.
Braun Breaker, or Carmelo Hayes.
Wait.
or
Hold on.
all the other ones,
Let me stop you right there. Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes. Hell yeah, I would want to see them.
Yeah.
Or what's that dude's name? Cameron Grimes, or any of the other ones.
Cameron Grimes is grown on me. Yeah.
Have you seen him lately? Dude's been doing that juice with MJF. I don't know what's going on.
I think he's the longest NXT member of all time.
No, that's Roger Strong. Roger Strong been there since 2016, according to
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, Nicole, I would not mind showcasing
Wait,
NXT
Chris,
the first day in order to
Cooper told me
draw
Roger
people
Strong been
in.
in NXT longer than WCW Nitro was in existence.
But couldn't you do the battle royal with NXT wrestlers? So you could, because that's the biggest stage is WrestleMania, right? So we're going to show you the future of wrestling. We'll have a nice little battle royal with the top 10 NXT wrestlers. That, 10-minute, bam, they get to see the new guys, and then you get onto your show. That's a good pre-show match.
But hold on. See, I got a
Do
problem
we
with
need
that,
a
because you got
pre-show
people-
when the show is
you got
2 days long?
But you
There's
got-
always a pre-show.
You got people like Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, that are talented individuals that should have a match on WrestleMania Day.
Yep.
They don't need to be in the battle royal. These guys can carry those two could sell out a card on their own.
I agree.
And I like the
But-
way they waited until WrestleMania to put them together. So they're at the biggest stage, the biggest match of all time on the biggest stage of all time.
And
Smart
one of
Smart move.
NXT's biggest purposes is to give us a taste of what WWE has the potential of being. And as exciting and fast-paced as NXT is, that can lead straight in, is all I'm saying.
Okay, so
Okay.
I want them to open night 2 of WrestleMania.
Why?
Well,
Because if I'm sitting down on a Sunday evening after I just finished eating way too much junk food, I want to sit down like, okay, now this is the future. I want to peek into the future. And that's how
I kind of agree with her, because night one, you need to make me want to watch night 2.
yes,
night one's gonna
that's
be
true.
all the okay, we got this is the beginning, this is what we got here, but night 2 is gonna be for the real. I think night 2 should be for like the not real fans, but the ones who have been there since day one, and they
the hardcores.
the
Yeah,
hardcore
like
people.
us.
Let that be for
Us.
night 2.
Okay,
Us.
but let me throw this out there real quick because we got to move on. But I want to throw this out there real quick because Nicole did put some up that makes me think about something. If it's WrestleMania, why should it be separate? NXT be separate from SmackDown and Raw? Why don't they just combine all three together and just do the card accordingly?
Vince McMahon.
You see, well, it supposedly ain't.
No, I'm saying he's the one. Remember when NXT was thriving and everybody was saying that was the best show in WWE? And he goes, we're going to revamp NXT. And they shut everything down.
It worked
Yeah.
for that one Survivor Series.
Exactly, Nicole.
His balls got braggled. That's what it was.
That was the 20 women that did that.
NXT
Thank you
was
for joining us
ROH
on
in
FTW.
WWE. Can we all agree that was ROH for WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
They did.
fantastic.
They did to ROH what they did to the AWA. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Going to the next subject, Tony, take over for a second. The
Gotcha.
next subject we're going to be talking about. It kind of ticked me off. And I'll be back to say my piece here in a second. I was gonna say something, but
Okay.
Pat McAfee, of course, is known for his commentary, and not only his commentary, his actions in that ring. He's a bad man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I never thought I would say that about a punter in football, but he just, he defies the odds. The man he's the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Pat
Yeah.
McAfee is the bomb. But WWE basically released him almost. I'm talking about he has too many things on his plate. He's just doing too much. Oh my goodness. My thing is this. Do you think that was good or bad for the brand that they sit up there and they're doing this to Pat McAfee and having him not be definitely back on or pushing for him to be back on? Tony, go first and then you take control. I'll be back.
All right, cool. All right, when it comes to Pat McAfee, WWE commentator, NFL punter. Hopefully y'all can see this.
Oh, you got a Colts jersey on? You live in Chicago and you got a Colts jersey on?
You know why? Because it's Pat.
Hold on, let me save this picture. Stand in front of it. Hold on, I got you.
It's Pat McAfee. That's the kind of impact that. Why would you want a guy like this on your team? He's the best commentator they had. You guys cannot tell me you would rather see Corey Graves, Michael Cole, Booker T, any of these motherfuckers.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me stop right here real quick.
What the hell?
Real quick.
Dang, Tony, is anybody else you got back there?
I guess he said Tony take control, but he wasn't confident in you.
No,
the most exciting thing we've ever done.
I know what name he heard too. I know why he came over.
What's the name?
That would be Corey Graves.
What's that name?
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves. Go get your food out the oven. We know what you're really doing. Go get your food.
Get out.
I smell steaks through the phone. There's some steaks cooking and he going to get his steak. Chicken, go get your food.
Corey Graves. I hate that dude.
And we all hate him.
I hate him. Oh my God.
That was your turn, Tony. Nicole, you're next.
yeah, really. You can go next after that. What the fuck did I say after that shit?
Here's the thing with Pat McAfee. We all loved him. We loved him since he decided to be in the War Games match and just take over and just run the whole thing.
Oh, awesome.
Best match of that whole night during that War Games. But anyway, they just said he had too much going on.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna be a dad soon. We got that. It was a very stressful for him, his wife. I totally understand that. So part maybe
no, I think it's the Aaron Rodgers interviews.
He's got the talk show. He's got his whole brand. Yeah, we get the
college football, the NFL.
He was doing that before. So what's the difference between then and now? There's really no difference between then and now.
Wait,
either they don't want to pay him.
Nicole, I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. I'm gonna put my Bobby hat on. It is Corey Graves and Michael Cole being pissed off that he was more over than them.
No, Michael Cole wasn't pissed off. That was Corey.
No, I got something to say after you're done, Nicole.
I think Corey got a little upset because if you look at the dynamic between them and them two at the Royal Rumble, you could tell as soon as Pat showed up, Corey kind of went from 10 to 2.
Yeah.
Real quick. And you could tell he was kind of pissed off because he didn't know Pat was going to show up. So he thought, oh, I'm going to be the big one. I'm going to outshine Michael Cole. And then here comes Pat, who was Michael Cole's ally and little homeboy. But then Pat tries to make it easier on. He could probably see that Corey was pissed off. So he starts jabbing on Michael Cole to make Corey happy. But Corey ain't about that shit. He wants to be Petty Betty from Oklahoma, wherever the hell he's from. And he all in his feelings. Because don't nobody care about him or his wife. So he want to be all up in his feelings. It's just petty high school all over again. And unfortunately, Pat is the one that lost.
All right, Chris.
I'm tagging Chris.
You can't spell Nicole without Michael Cole in her name. And I'm gonna tell you something.
What the hell?
No,
What?
yeah, you can't spell Nicole without Cole.
Let me get my drink.
Everything stems from Michael Cole. It absolutely does. We've heard the greatest color commentaries from Jesse Ventura, Macho Man, okay, Jerry Lawler before he lost his mind. I'm just saying, Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan might be the greatest of all time in color commentary.
He might be.
I'll put Jesse Ventura right behind him though.
But let's get Vince McMahon as well.
Absolutely. And Pat McAfee was on that. Oh, and Paul Heyman. You can't, Paul Heyman and Taz. You can't leave them two out. Pat McAfee was on that path. I don't know why they like Corey Graves. I have no idea. He's worse. I think he's worse than Booker T. I think he's worse than Wade Barrett. And Michael Cole
He is worse than Wade. I don't know if I can put ahead of Booker T.
At least Booker T, we know he knows all the guys in the locker room and everybody loves him. Booker T ain't gonna tell you nothing that he ain't gonna say to their face. That's the only thing I love about Booker T is he ain't gonna tell you nothing that he's big enough and strong enough that he won't say to one of these wrestlers' face. That's Booker T for me. But Michael Cole, I just from Friday night when Jey Uso hit Sami Zayn with the stairs, and he goes, "What a chair shot!" And I was going, "This guy's still a commentator? This guy's still a commentator? Are you kidding me?" And Nicole, you can't spell Nicole without Cole. There's no room for Pat McAfee when you got guys like that just think they're the shit and they don't want to move over. They got seniority. And Pat McAfee is a part-timer. It's reality. He can't be there 100% of the time. We all know that. This guy is a wrestling fan as big as us. He loves wrestling that much, like he'll die for it. Yep. But he's a part-timer, and they're making any excuse. They got rid of Mandy Rose, and we know after seeing what Tony can show me, Mandy Rose should have never been fired because they all do it.
Okay. I've got a personal stake in this because I'm a professional wrestling commentator.
Go ahead, big dog.
That's why you going after us.
Well, okay. I have always believed that nobody should be released, fired, or downgraded in their job without just cause. And in this case, there is absolutely no damned reason, no good reason whatsoever, except for petty jealousy to downgrade Pat McAfee or get rid of him. Now, he may have a busy schedule, but that's something that he's supposed to take control of. When it comes to the quality of his commentary, he's good on color. I would never put him on play-by-play because he's an animated guy, and that's not what you need for play-by-play. You need
color.
Yeah, you need an absolute straight man for play-by-play, and well, not an absolute straight man because I'm not. But if I have to do a Joey Styles job like I just did a couple weeks ago, then yeah, you need somebody that's almost absolutely straight with their own style. Now, I am an advocate for a two-man booth. There should only be two people calling a match at once. 3 if you've got a heel that's involved in the match in some capacity and he's going to get in there and interfere. After that, the timing is completely off. Mm-hmm. So the reason Corey Graves turned into Mr. Quiet is because he was in the back seat with 2 other guys and he was riding bitch. That's how it works in a commentation booth. It does.
Preach.
Yeah, a lot, and Bobby will agree. Corey Graves was the bitch out of those 3.
Yes, he was.
By seniority.
Yep. Yes, he was.
But
senior bitch.
The bottom line is, McAfee, though I was cold on the guy at first, he can do the job the way that he's supposed to do it, and unless he committed some kind of crime or his contract ran out, then there's no reason to fire the guy or downgrade him. No, absolutely not.
I think the problem with McAfee, he wasn't the Vince McMahon cookie cutter announcer. Like, you could tell he didn't really go along with Vince's idea of being commentating, like reading off, like repeating the lines fed to him in his earpiece.
Yeah,
Rob's right though. Remember when Bischoff, Zbyszko, and Heenan were a 3-man? Zbyszko was the bitch, and literally we didn't know, he just disappeared from TV. He just disappeared.
Yes, and that's not because Larry Zbyszko's bad on the mic. Zbyszko is terrific on the mic. He's still doing it, but a 3-man booth has a completely different rhythm to it. One of the most important things, and Bobby was there when I asked this of Jim Ross. We were at StarCast, and I got to ask him a question, and I asked him about how do you commentate matches if they're throwing out moves that you've never seen before. And Jim Ross said, and I quote, "The two most important things you can do is learn your timing and learn when to shut up."
Yep.
Learn when to lay out. And I've lived by those words ever since. And you can't do that effectively in a 3-man booth. You got to have da 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 da. When you get them in the middle, it's da da da. It don't work.
And they all got earpieces too, listening to Gorilla, right? Yep.
Right. Listening to Vince McMahon, who, if he's in his ear screaming at you to tell you something, and you got to listen to the boss, that hampers it even more.
Even the great Jim Ross had Vince McMahon yelling at. Can you imagine that? Yelling in his ear.
No, he had Vince McMahon ridiculing him in his ear.
Oh, absolutely.
Let me go ahead and say my piece on this. Corey Graves is a bitch.
Oh my God.
Really? No.
No, but on the real, it kind of pisses me off because I'm looking at Pat McAfee. This dude is he's authentic, and that's what's missing from wrestling, especially WWE. WWE wants the cookie cutter. You know, the medium-sized white guy that's not too built but looks athletic, that can speak a little like this and go ahead and talk about the action that's going into the ring in their.
They want Michael Cole.
Yeah, they want a dork, and they like dorks. Richard Van was a dork, and he believes all the commentators should be fucking dorks. And people don't realize you need that mix in there as well. You need a balance. Jesse Ventura is the perfect example of that. Jesse Ventura was no dork. He probably smoked more weed than Cheech and Chong. But I'm just saying, he was the coolest of all. And guess what? It flowed right with the straight cookie cutter thing. Me and Rob do that.
Yeah.
Rob's a straight cookie cutter. I'm the cool dude that comes off and say things and it's like, huh? Oh God, dog, you crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. We even look like Abbott and Costello.
Yep.
So,
and if anybody calls you Costello again, I'll kick their ass. But anyway. No, but seriously, I mean, this excuse makes me mad because it tries to insult the intelligence of the fan. I mean, like we don't know what's really going on. Come on, man. You know he was going in there crying. Corey goes, oh my goodness, he coming in, he's only here part of the time, and I can't yell Carmella like I do at night when she has the vice grips on me. I can't do it.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. We do not endorse or deny nipple clamps, and
I endorse it.
Notwithstanding Tony Motown Allen's personal beliefs.
Freak!
Thank you for joining us. Good night, and I need a scotch.
No, I need a drink, and I don't even drink.
I'm drinking for two.
Thank you,
seriously,
Tony.
I mean, it's sad.
Yes.
It's sad.
It really
And
is.
my thing is, when you have a more entertaining commentator like that, it makes your show go very, very well. When he's commentating, I don't even realize the show is bullshit because I'm listening to McAfee and I'm cracking the fuck up. When the show is bullshit, when Corey Graves is on there, I know it's bullshit because number one, I'm hearing his voice. And number two, he can't do anything to make it interesting to me. McAfee can. Right. So it's like, you're going to really do that to him when you could just have him come on a part-time basis and just, work around his schedule?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, well, Carmella needs to go.
Commentators used to have chemistry back in the day. Monsoon and Heenan had chemistry.
Oh man.
Ventura and McMahon had chemistry.
Oh man.
It was all about personalities. With Michael Cole is their go-to guy on commentary because he fits the mold. Somewhere along the line, they decided that the mold was more important than the chemistry.
Well, think of all the ESPN guys that they tried to bring in that failed.
Yeah.
Because they wanted what Bobby said. They wanted a certain kind of guy, and they thought, well, these guys do it on ESPN. No, Pat McAfee is an actual wrestling fan. He has the passion. And when you hear when wrestlers do color commentary, what do wrestlers have? Why they become wrestlers? They have the passion for the industry. They know the guys. They know the move. One of my favorite commentators was Mike Tenay. He knew all the moves, but he knew how to be quiet, fit in his spot, react. Oh, Tenay was incredible. Him and Lance Russell. I love Lance Russell. I miss that guy too. But watch AEW. What is Tony on for? What do they need Tony Schiavone? I mean, literally though, what does he add to the booth?
He's the
booth. He's the bitch.
It was good in the beginning, but no, it definitely ran its course.
It was good when it was Ross, but they figured out they had to have Taz in that booth. They had to have Taz.
JR is one of the only guys who's an expert at timing. That's why he said that to me. So,
but you got also let's just tell the real version of why he's not on there. Jim Ross did not have a problem with it. If he saw something on TV, that was bullshit. He would call him out.
Yeah,
and that's
because he's at that stature too. He's like, I'm Jim Ross. I ain't fuck this shit.
Jim Ross is at that point in his life where he just don't care.
But he's
seen it all.
And if it looks messed up, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna call it out that it's messed up.
Men don't need to kiss anybody's ass.
Hell no.
And like he said at the thing that the JR's grilling JR that me and Bobby went to, he looked straight at the crowd and said, "Us old guys don't owe you young guys shit."
Exactly.
And he is 100% right.
It's the absolute truth.
Jim Cornette says the same thing.
Yeah.
And he told the absolute truth.
There's another guy that was good on commentary. Cornette.
I love Cornette.
Timing.
But he knew everything. He knew to Jim Ross. He got to learn from every great.
The motherfucker has his own wrestling museum in his attic. Yeah. That's how obsessed he is.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Yeah, he is. He's the first one that was like, let's keep the tapes. He thought that shit back in the 80s. Let's keep our tapes. No, they were just destroying the tapes after matches.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the companies? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking about TV. If you had a TV show or whatever, they weren't even worried about thinking about where we're at now and digital and all that. Jim Ross was keeping the tapes and the recordings for years.
Not everybody has that mindset.
Not in the 70s, no.
He started off as a photographer.
I'm sorry, but the way I look at it, Jim Cornette is the absolute number one person because he will tell you straight up what's right, what's wrong, how you fucked up, which way you fucked it up, and how to fix it.
Yeah.
Sometimes he won't tell you how to fix it if he doesn't like you.
Right.
He would never tell Kenny Omega how to have a good match. He'll just tell him he's the shits and to quit.
But if wrestling was in one person, it would be Jim Cornette. He is wrestling. And a historian, all that, from the 30s all the way up. This guy is a historian of wrestling.
He's a freaking living encyclopedia of professional
Yeah, he is.
wrestling.
He's
How the heck
fantastic.
do you- I mean, this is what trips me out. I listened to his podcast once, and I suggest to everybody, gotta listen to Jim Cornette at least one time in your life. You know,
Yeah.
go to the podcast, check him out. Dude's on point. My question is this: how the hell do you remember the fucking gates?
Because he wrote them all down.
He wrote everything in a notebook. He
Yeah.
wrote everything down and didn't throw. He left it. His mom's house was his sanctuary. He would take everything to his mom's house, and she wouldn't throw none of that stuff away. And he built a library up.
Yep. He kept notes on everything, the gates, the receipts, what he was paid, what his boys were paid, just kept track of everything. The guy must have a whole room dedicated to journals.
I'm surprised he didn't end up owning his own. Well, Smoky Mountain, but I mean like bigger. I'm just surprised it wasn't bigger.
Well, Smoky Mountain ran in the green for 5 years. He only shut the company down because they weren't making money anymore.
They never made it national, though. That's why he said he shut it down.
Yeah, the company wasn't in debt, but
Right.
they were starting to not make money anymore.
Right.
And he figured, why go into debt on something that is starting to decline? And so shut it off.
Smart man.
Yes. Lots smarter than Heyman in that regard.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the next subject, Bobby?
Well, what we're gonna talk about is how your face gets so it's look like a smooth baby.
Man, look at that baby face.
Oh.
Look at that whole.
His face is
I thought we had a new member.
Hey, man, I feel like a movie star right now. I'm being honest with you.
Hey, Chris,
Hey.
go ahead and say it. Luke, I am.
It doesn't itch. I used to itch. I had hair.
No.
I haven't had to
Chris,
scratch or
Chris.
nothing.
Yeah.
Chris, say, Luke, I am your father.
Luke, I am your father.
No! That's not true! That's impossible!
Simba, you are the king now.
No, that's too much taxes. All right. Next subject, you tapped out.
Oh.
Tony, take it away.
Oh, my youth tapped out. Y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy when I say this, and I already know this.
Go ahead.
It's the fucking Mysterios. It is this. Yes, this is my tap out moment of the week. And you know why is my tap out moment of the week? Rey Mysterio. We got 2 weeks from WrestleMania. 2 weeks from yesterday until WrestleMania. I am sick and tired of Rey Mysterio turning down Dominic for this match at WrestleMania. I am tapped out on him saying no to fighting his son. First of all, he owed his son a match. A fucking BMW on his 18th birthday. It's not even fucking M series. The fuck wrong with Ray? Dominic owed Ray an ass whooping, and he's scared. He's scared. There is no reason why it should take this long to get to this match. If you're not going to have a match, stop having him challenging for it. If you're going to have a match, you should have booked it by now. Ray's not on fucking Raw. So if they actually have it, you're going to book this a week before WrestleMania. But Ray's a fucking deadbeat dad. Sorry, uncle.
So he can't be the deadbeat dad. It's
He's a
Eddie's
deadbeat
kid.
He's a deadbeat uncle raising his nephew.
Well, he did say in an interview in the ring that he wished Eddie was his dad. So he may get his wish if there's a paternity test.
Wait, if you remember Rob, they when Eddie and Ray wrestle, they wrestle for control of Dominic. We didn't have a paternity test on that.
I know.
It wasn't clear cut that wasn't Eddie's kid.
Yeah, but where the fuck was Vicky?
Tony, I agree with you, but this is the Hell in a Cell match that I want to see is Dominic versus Ray in a Hell in a Cell. That would be the Hell in a Cell match. Ray getting color on his son would be awesome.
Yeah, but where, how did you see the color?
And guess
That's
what?
true.
But the problem
You're a party pooper, Nicole.
you really are. But Ray and Dominic Ray is my tapped out, and it's his fault. It's his fault. All of a sudden he put Dominic through. That's why Dominic went to prison. Y'all don't know what he been through. Y'all don't. Another tapped out moment on Dominic is the fact that, like, I guess the teardrop tattoo is only on Raw.
Okay, I wasn't the only one that noticed that. Okay.
apparently he don't have a teardrop on SmackDown.
He forgot his marker at home. Rhea forgot the markers. She forgot the Crayola marker box at home. That's not his fault.
Mommy didn't bring it.
Mommy had one job: bring the crayon box.
One job.
That's all she had to do.
Nicole, go yours.
Okay, mine is not WWE related. I sat down and I watched NWA Power this week. And it was very hard to watch. It was very sad to watch.
It ain't good when you say you watch Power when you mention that doing tap out.
There's no audience. There's like maybe 20 people there, and it's just like
it's like COVID, huh? The COVID crowd.
I mean, they had good matches. You had EC3 there. Camille was showing out, looking fierce as hell, beating girls' behinds all day long. You know, it was nice. But it was hard to watch because you're just like, where's everybody? You need an audience. It's not, wrestling's not the same when you don't have the audience. It helps you feel good about what you're watching. I need those people, and I hate what they think or not. I don't care. I could probably disagree about 95% of the people that's sitting there, but I need them there.
Yeah.
That's the moment.
Nicole, does Camille still have the Burke? Does she still have the women's title?
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
But their champ is Titus.
Because he's on TV.
What more do you expect?
Oh my God.
I mean, they had some crazy stuff.
Chris, apparently Funk is on a roll.
Oh, wow.
They said there was a match between him and Matt Cardona for that title.
Oh my God.
Now, how does Matt Cardona lose that?
He got injured. He had to forfeit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see Cardona just
Supposed to be the Masterpiece is fighting him next. Chris the Masterpiece.
I hope Chris gets it.
I want.
He's got a ponytail though now. He looks like one of those metrosexual motherfuckers. I didn't even recognize him. I said, "Who?" He looks familiar, and they were like, "This is the Masterpiece."
Like a down version of Fabio. Y'all remember Fabio?
Unfortunately, yes. Fucking me and Rob.
I can't believe that wasn't smooth as butter.
I can't believe it's not margarine.
That was margarine. But yeah, that was my tap out. Just watching that.
All right, who's next?
Chris. No, Chris.
Hey, yeah, I'm going next. So, I'm not a Moxley fan, but you want me to believe Moxley and Claudio left WWE to get beat up on Dynamite by the Super Smash Brothers, Evil Uno, with the weakest. His punches were worse than Conti, the Bunny. You name a female wrestler. Evil Uno's moves were so unbelievable and garbage. And then Grayson looks like a cheap version of Ibar from the Viking. Like, get your own gimmick. He looked just like the Viking Raider too. I was like, get your own gimmick, man. But there you got me. You want me to believe Moxley went to war with Paige and then came back a week later and got beat up by Evil Uno. I couldn't didn't watch it. I watched it. I watched it twice because I laughed. I go, when did, Rob said, I don't like comedy in wrestling. Rob, this is comedy in wrestling. When Evil Uno is beating up a guy that bleeds in this is the first match he didn't bleed in, just so you know, because none of the punches connected. He didn't bleed in this match. But they want me to believe that the Super Smash Brothers can beat up two of the strongest guys, roughest guys in the ring. I just sat here and shook my head. I hear Tony Khan booking, and I'm thinking, holy cow, this might end up on a pay-per-view because they have a rivalry. It could end up on a pay-per-view.
Dark Order has just never really worked.
The Super Smash Brothers. Call them.
Claudio the champion? Wait, isn't Claudio the champion?
Look, they was getting their ass whooped. Uno and Grayson were doing whatever they wanted to him, and none of the moves were hitting. I was sitting there literally going, "Are you kidding me?" If he bleeds in this match, I'm done with AEW because he never got touched.
That's a good tap out.
Yeah.
Y'all saw it. I'm assuming y'all saw the match.
Yeah. Good tap out.
Rob, go ahead.
Okay, my tap out moment of the week is kind of personal, and it's a little bit of a downer. As a fellow named Sean Patrick O'Brien, he was a referee for New Wave Pro and for about 5 or 6 other promotions across the Midwest and the East Coast. He passed away Friday, St. Patrick's Day. He had a violent allergic reaction to peanuts, and he had a protein bar that apparently had so many of them in them that it like completely shut down his entire system. He was a pretty young man, and he's leaving behind a 8-9-year-old daughter, I believe. And I just wanted to mention that today because when the wrestling community loses one of their own, they always need to be recognized and saluted.
And remember, when I was out.
And Sean was a great guy, fabulous referee, always entertaining, and was a fabulous human being. And I shed tears for the man when I found out at work, and it was just so sudden and just so wrong that I felt the need to mention it today.
Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned that because
it's a good gesture.
Yeah, definitely.
Sean was a cool dude. Sean was crazy. He was crazy as hell.
Well, people don't know too, the wrestlers and the refs are part of your family. Like, they know you guys. Y'all all are in communication together. They're a big part of the show. And that's why we remembered these refs' names over the years. What I noticed on Facebook, because I'm friends with a lot of wrestlers, they all knew them. They all said something about them. And I thought it was just incredible that Rob brought it up. And I was just going, man, all these guys mean something. They're more than just a show. These are all family men, brothers, husbands, sons. So, yeah, I commend you, Rob. But, yeah, it's a sad thing, man.
Sean had a lot of street cred, especially in the Midwest, and he will be missed by everybody. He was one of the boys, and we love you, brother.
Let me finish what I was saying. There are certain people that you meet in this industry that you just click with. You click with them. Sean was one of those dudes. I did a few shows with him. He's a crazy guy. Made you laugh. Almost made me pee on myself one time. No, seriously, he had me dying laughing until I almost peed on myself because I couldn't get my damn trunks and shit down to go pee. It almost happened, man. I mean, it was because of him. I mean, you meet people that you admire, you meet people that you look up to in this business, and then there are just those people that you just click with, and it's just a genuine person. Sean was one of those people, man. And I'm glad you brought that up, Rob, because I was actually going to bring that up in mine. So, Rob, thank you, because, yeah, a lot of us are really... Yeah, it's a rough time. I try not to show my emotions a lot, but it's a really rough time, man. I hope his family is doing well. I hope things are going good. And anybody watching this know him or know his family. Tell him we said what's up, and we hope things go well, man. We there for you. Okay, so next,
Moment.
yeah, moment of the week. Rob.
Yeah. I actually, to change the mood, I've got a funny one. My moment of the week was MJF and that damn cake. You knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen the minute the segment started, and they saved it until the perfect damn moment, and he just dived into that son of a bitch. It was literally delicious. And if you've ever seen Cornette go into a cake or Bobby Heenan go into a cake, it was one of those things where you damn well knew it was going to happen, and it was just beautiful when it did. That was my moment.
I thought everybody knew you don't bring a cake into the wrestling ring.
Well, everybody should know you don't make an open challenge in a wrestling ring either, but they still do it.
Facts.
Chris.
Rob's gone last on every issue, and then he finally goes first and steals my thunder. No, because you know what? The reason why this was my moment of the week is the cake was the culmination. But you got to see how big a superstar MJF was. When they started talking about the 4 pillars, it looked like one superstar and 3 high school guys. And then when you heard them guys talk, they all sound like they were in high school. Like they had no promo skills. And I'm going, damn, there's no wonder one of the 4 pillars is a superstar and the champ. And you guys are almost forgotten. They're trying to push these guys on us. But you really get to see MJF, like, I really got to see his aura. Like, I'm going, whoever they put around him is going to look like a star because this guy is the one. We all were comparing him to Roddy Piper. This guy's Ric Flair. This guy is Ric Flair. This is the new age Ric Flair Volume 2. The women, he had the women come down. He's got the look. The guy works on his body, and then he's not afraid to get embarrassed or get to put these guys over. Him going through that cake was to save them 3 high schoolers that were in the ring that got no business being in the ring with them. Literally, like he was sitting there like, I'll put you guys over. And that's what a superstar does. I just think he's special. He's special, man.
That moment, you know me say it. There's levels to this.
There's levels to this. He's special. I remember we were saying him or Reigns. I'm thinking there's levels to this. Like Reigns ain't putting on a show like MJF, bro. He's not the whole show. That's all we can watch AEW for is for an MJF segment.
Can't penalize Reigns for that.
Facts. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can. I'm sorry. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can. Talk to him, Bobby.
MJF got to carry the show because it's that bad.
I'm just saying, man. There's a lot of wrestlers on that show. MJF is.
I'm like,
because it's that bad.
Reigns had a faction. Reigns had Heenan. MJF's doing this by himself.
That's the thing with him. I love what MJF pointed out with the other pillars. All the people they needed. He needs a faction, though. I wish Wardlow was still with them, and then they broke him up after he won the title.
I don't know.
I'm just saying the Lex Luger Flair thing. You know, they could have played that off for a while. He needs a faction because he does look naked out there, and he's a leader. You know, you lead a faction of champions.
He had a
Like
damn
we're
good
we're
faction.
running shit. Like we're
He
gonna
had a
run
damn-
shit.
He had a damn good faction that dropped the ball on though.
Oh, FTR and absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, FTR, Tony Blanchard is the manager. Even with the chairman, and I mean, that was a damn good faction on paper. Damn good faction. They
Spearman's
dropped the ball.
underrated. We all know the
He
10's
really is.
underrated.
He
He's
really
underrated. Come on now.
He really is. He is.
All right, Nicole.
Oh, okay. So it all started with I was feeling kind of about women's wrestling this week with WWE. I mean, yay, Lita and Trish are there. So I decided to outsource my love of women's wrestling, and I went to YouTube and I found 3 channels that I really, really liked. Of course, Shimmer, that's always on there. Then there's one title match wrestling and women's pro wrestling. Those are 3 YouTube channels everyone should go look at. Since it's Women's History Month, I dove right in. My favorite match is on the title match wrestling. They had a show called Ladies Night Triple Shot. Highly recommend that show. The women are refs. The men that were there were the announcers. Everyone else was women. So you got to see people from all around the country just shining. I saw a girl Bobby would love on there. Her name was Olivia Devine. Plus size sister. Hair flowing. And she just bouncing all around the ring. And she just representing highly. Then there was another girl in another show. Her name is Gia Scott. Bobby would love her too. Look for those 2 women, Bobby. You would love them. I was thinking about you when I saw them.
Text it to me.
But yeah, independent wrestling got some women out there that would outshine the women in AEW and WWE all day, any day. Go look for them. All you gotta do is look.
NXT got those same women that are outside AEW and WWE women.
Some of them inside WWE that used to be on the independents. Shotzi Blackheart is being wasted. She is so talented.
You know what though? When I saw Jay Cargill come out, I was like, "Oh, another squash match." And then they brought Taya Valkyrie out, and I was like, "They might actually start doing something with Jay Cargill." Yeah. I was impressed. They did catch my eye when I was like, I like it. I like it.
And don't sleep on Stardom in their element now.
Yeah.
Because when the Joshis get to going by themselves, that's some very, very great stuff.
WoW's not bad either. WOW.
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ's killing it over there.
Yeah, they run through there. A lot of them do.
Okay, Tony.
My moment of the week, and it's kind of funny because it's coming with a disclaimer. I was sure Chris was going to steal my moment of the week, but instead, Rob stole his. Sami Zayn and KO is by far my moment of the week. Because it ain't just that moment, it's everything they have done for the last 3 months. With KO asking for Sammy's help, asking Sammy to fuck the boys that is coming on my side, and then had that beat down when Sammy turned on Roman, but that beat down was like, fuck you. It was too late. He got his ass whooped for weeks, and still screw you, Sammy. No, it's too late. I'm a leader arena. But came back for that moment. Man, Sami Zayn right now is the hottest thing they have going right now. Everything this man touching right now is fucking golden. His time in the bloodline was golden. His turn on Roman was golden. The shit with the Usos was golden. And now this reunion with Kevin Owens is fucking golden. And that is by far, without a doubt, my moment of the week.
Had me crying in front of my phone.
And I appreciate the fact that WWE didn't rush that shit either. Because we really expected that shit to happen weeks ago. I appreciate
this is 20 years in the making, brother.
Yeah, but honestly, I appreciate the fact that WWE didn't rush that shit because they easily could have had that moment 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They didn't rush the shit. They build it. They build it, and they build it, and they build it perfectly. That's my moment of the week.
And Jay played his part. Jay Uso played his part, didn't he?
Oh my God, yes he did. He's a fucking main eventer.
Yeah.
When they call main event Jay, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Yep.
All right, my moment of the week. God, y'all stole my thunder on this one. But it's MJF. I love MJF. MJF has me dying. I mean, that's the one thing that I will give. I will say, especially when he was in that ring. Darby Allin, I mean, really? Darby versus him? No. Sorry. Who else was there? Because they were so forgetful, I forgot who all was there except
Darby Allin, Sami Zayn,
Jack, not Sami Zayn, Sammy Guevara, and
Guevara,
Jack.
Sorry,
yeah, why the heck was he even around?
Jack Perry.
It's the pillars, the 4 pillars.
Yeah, Sammy Guevara is not a pillar. He's not even a doorstep.
He's one of their pillars.
They did say he was one of the 4. Unfortunately,
In all honesty, I would take Sammy Guevara over Darby Allin or Jungle Boy. I'd be 1,000% honest.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd take Sammy over both them motherfuckers.
I would take Sammy over Jungle Boy, but I wouldn't over Darby Allin.
Not over Darby.
okay.
Darby's more entertaining.
Everybody
He
Everybody
doesn't
over Jungle
entertain
Boy.
me. That's the problem.
Everybody over Jungle Boy. Everybody.
Yeah.
Except Tay Conchi and the Bunny. Everybody. I mean, Jungle Boy looks like Jungle Chick. I'm sorry.
He do look like a couple of girls I went to high school with.
He's like a girl that comes into my hotel to get a room when she's in here for
Thank you for joining us.
No, I look like her.
Nicole,
First she said I look
appreciate
like
that.
her aunt. Now she went to high school with some girls that look like Jack Perry. Nicole, what do you see? Take your glasses off.
No, Chris, I see it too.
Nicole,
Chris, I see it too.
Nicole, that was so wonderfully timed. I'm going to make that official count. So that's 10.
No, we're up to 13.
13.
No,
Yeah,
we're up to 13,
13.
Rob. We're up to 13. I've been keeping track in the live chat. We at 13.
Okay, but Nicole, that's official. You made the lucky number today.
No, but seriously, MJF, I mean, this is what I was talking about earlier about you have to have the personality to go behind the wrestler. Look at MJF. He's a genuine jerk that you want to see him get his butt whooped, but you can't take your eyes off of him because you don't know what he's going to do, what he's going to say, how he's going to act, you know. But with Jack Perry, it's like, You know, I mean, Jack Perry needs to really. Honestly, I'm thinking Luchasaurus was the staple of that team. Just to be real with you, because Jack Perry is garbage. What else? We got.
No, wait. Wait. I'm sorry. Matt Swain. He's hot garbage.
No,
he's hot garbage.
he's toxic. Waste. You can't even recycle that shit.
Dang.
Hey, Chris, there's levels to this. When it comes to his levels, garbage. There's levels.
Nicole said that the women want to see him wrestle. That was last week. All the women want to see him.
Yeah,
Wasn't nobody even cheering for him.
blind and deaf ones.
They love that song, and that's it. When that song
That's
stops,
it.
the love stops.
I do like that song though.
I'm just
I do
saying.
like the song. When it
But-
comes on, I'm like, hey.
Yeah,
Who's next? Sammy Guevara.
Sammy
Really?
Guevara.
Oh no, he can kick rocks for all I care.
He's been diseased. He has the disease. He has the Tay-Conti disease.
That's the Spanish God. The only
Yeah,
problem
he's
I got
a-
with Sammy is Tay
he's a-
Conti. He could have done better.
He's a Spanish wart right now with Tay-Conti on him. And then you got Who's left?
Darby Allin.
Darby.
I'm sorry. I like the dude, but the problem is he just does too much stunts instead of too much psychology. No psychology whatsoever.
Yeah.
And his this is what frustrates me about Darby. His gimmick would get over. His gimmick would get over big time.
Yeah.
But he's too worried about doing crazy shit that can break his body into 55 pieces till a Boy Scout troop couldn't put them together. Instead of doing a match with psychology that fits his personality and wow the crowd. He had him at first by just walking out there.
Yeah.
He had him at first. And he lost him because he does not work on that side of his game. And that's why he's not a pillar.
Wait, none of them are pillars. The only pillar in that ring was MJF.
Dang, y'all read my mind.
And honestly, when CM Punk said, it's a shame that he tried to say that to MJF, you've been replaced by Dr. Britt Baker as one of the pillars. No, it wasn't MJF. That was Jungle Boy in him.
Right.
Jade Cargill is another one of the pillars.
Yes, she is. She's a pillar.
Yeah.
Jericho's a pillar. He's the reason why we started watching AEW.
I would put Jericho in there too.
I would
definitely put Jericho in there
as a pillar. I'm just saying
right out of the doubt.
they gave him legitimacy when they started for their first world title.
I say Jericho is a vampire.
He is now.
He does look like Lestat, so yeah.
But he's in the best shape of his life. He worked on it.
Because he's Lestat.
I just had a flashback of something that happened to me this afternoon when you said Jericho.
What happened? You elbowed somebody in the face?
Tony. No, don't look to the side.
What the hell's going on over there? Yeah, what'd y'all do today?
Oh my god!
I'm gonna just start driving over there on Sundays. You're 20 minutes away.
Wait, Chris, we were sitting up there watching college basketball, and you know I got 2 TVs in the living room, right?
Yeah.
I told Cooper to meet the one TV we was watching on, and I put Judas on the other one.
Dude.
Why?
Torture me. That's why.
You might as well put the Jungle Boy song on there right afterwards.
Oh God!
I don't like that song. I like Judas.
Don't give him no more ideas. No.
And then right after that, throw in some Bree mode. I don't know.
I'm a Led Zeppelin fan. Chris Jericho is not a rock star. I don't care how long he's had a group, but I noticed you never heard of him touring in America. In Canada, it doesn't count. You know that, right, Tony? If you do something in Canada, it doesn't count.
Wait, I don't give a rat's ass. I like Judas, and he don't.
Mm-mm.
It just made my moment.
I don't.
Tony,
It's the worst song
what was
ever.
on the other TV?
Huh?
What was on the other TV? That's all I want to know.
NCAA.
Really? You watched a basketball game over Judas?
No. I had Cooper mute the basketball game so I could blast Judas for Bobby.
That's what I mean. Okay.
He was fucking with me.
Bobby, hit him with the elbow. The bionic one, though. The Dusty Rhodes one.
Wait,
that one.
He came right out that room too.
Oh, because Bobby don't like something, he does not waver. He does not waver since I met him.
Chris, you appreciate this. When I turn Judas on, it's like we turn the lights on the roaches. They come right out.
Oh, I know you didn't call the mastermind a roach.
I'm not saying he's a roach, but
That's what it sounded like.
They came right out though.
And you know what?
Thank you for coming to FTW. This is Tony's last show. This is Tony's last show.
Hold on. Rob, something Chris said that was funny. Think about what he said. Remember what he just said? He said, "Have him do the bionic elbow and do the Dusty."
Yeah,
I did that ever since I started wrestling.
Yes, I know.
That's one of my favorite moves,
I
man.
know.
That's one of my move sets. I love that.
Yes, I've seen you do it many a time on a comeback. But Judas can bring the roaches out, but you need to make sure that you smoke them all.
Yeah.
Rob's dry comedy is fantastic.
That's what I'm trying to figure out how you say he's not a rock star. I mean, that dude been smoking rock.
No, we know he is. I'm just saying. I have to battle Tony whenever he likes something.
No.
I have to be his complete opposite.
I'm being real. I think the man is smoking crack in the back.
Oh, God. Okay, Chris Jericho is like current day Mick Jagger rock star.
Come on, man. The rock and roller of Ayatollah. He told us what he is.
He's a rock and rocker of smoking piper. That's what he is.
Wait. For 2024, we need to do the FTW. Had the FTW crew on his cruise.
Y2J.
Yes.
Remember the countdowns? That shit was fire. That shit was fire.
I would love to do the podcast on the Jera cruise. And
I would love that shit.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Y'all go on the cruise. I will be here on dry land, and I will go ahead and broadcast y'all in.
You don't like boats, Bobby?
I don't like no boats. No.
No, the last time my people got on a boat, that's how slavery started. We not gonna do that all over again.
Oh, we ain't repeating that one.
Okay.
No, the last time we got on the boat was the Tom Cruise Joyner, the Tom Joyner cruise. That's the last time black people got on the
FTW
boat.
Future Focus.
That is.
I think New Edition was singing on the boat.
I'm about to say,
All the old school acts.
was that the Freaknik for the previous generation? Is that what you said?
Nah, Tom Joyner cruise. I'm telling you, you're gonna see the old school.
Freaknik. I heard some things about that cruise.
Yeah.
It's all old
Yeah,
people
that's
getting their
why
freak
I
on.
gotta thank you for
I
joining
will
us.
admit, I did get on a boat for that.
There was some babies made on that boat. I can tell you that now.
Man, the whole child support system was made off of that.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Number 15 today.
What up to 16?
16.
There was
I
some
got the
people
same
doing
thing.
some very heavy scissoring on that boat.
Oh, Scissor me, Rhea.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
17.
We have
Maybe
gone
that's where the
absolutely-
acclaim came from. They could have been scissored into creation that night. We don't know.
Actually, to tell you the truth, if you think about their age, they could have been.
They could have been.
Yeah, could have been.
Cruise babies.
Man.
That
Yeah,
makes
their parents
sense.
went to cruise control.
Boy,
Thank you for joining us on FTW
18.
Future Focus. Oh dear God.
Nicole been on one today. She is on point.
Oh, Scissor me, Mama Acclaim.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Oh my God.
Because you know I'm scissoring that bitch.
Oh,
I do
God.
wonder what their parents think of that.
Man, did you see how fine Melina was looking? Or Vega? Vega was
Zelina
looking pretty
Vega?
good. Woo! Zelina Vega was looking fine. I was like, damn. I might have to have a new boo. I need to add it to the list.
Zelina Vega.
No.
Like,
Zelina Vega's ahead of Liv Morgan. I'm sorry.
No, that's my boo. Not after the picture you sent me confirmed it. She's thicker than people think. You sent me that picture. You know which one I'm talking about.
I know
She's
what you're talking
thicker than
about,
people
but
think.
I would definitely take Zelina. No, I'm gonna give you a boot credit. I give you boot credit. She got a nice little booty back there. But
That's my boo.
But Zelina,
That's my
been
boo.
bad.
You can't tell me what to like. That's my boo.
Zelina been bad since she was 20
Yeah,
years
she
old
is.
in Impact.
She is.
hold on.
I'm a fan.
Zelina confuses me. Sometimes she's like a grown ass woman. And sometimes
Yeah.
she's like a little kid.
Yep, he's right.
It's her size. If
But
she
that's
was-
the Latinos. No, Latinos, you can't tell what age they are.
No,
It's how much
that's
makeup they
perfect,
wear.
Laxamana, because every once in a while she looked like a little innocent kid you could take home to meet mom. And then
No,
turn out
we're not
shit.
going to even
Oh.
entertain that, what you just said. Erase this part of the show. No, because we want, no, we don't want the little kid. We want the grown woman that will take home the mom.
No,
Thank you for joining us for FTW Future Focus.
that's 19. Chris,
think we've got another segment coming.
25, 26 years old is a goddamn kid for me. You have my age.
Save it for me,
goddamn
brother.
kid.
Save it.
Oh, let's
25 is a
return to
kid
the
for me.
clean
I'm
world,
fucking
for
damn near.
God's
I got you, brother. You know I'm messing with you.
I didn't mean kid.
You got to watch what you say. It's a kayfabe world, baby.
And I appreciate you, so we can clarify this. Like mid-20s is a kid to me. I'm
Okay.
damn near
I'm
50.
Okay.
gonna say because that sounded
Oh,
I get
no.
what y'all saying.
It sounded a little Kenny Omega-ish.
No.
No, Omega like single
No.
digits.
I'm not messing with 14-year-olds like Kenny Omega.
Omega and R. Kelly hang out at the same parks.
Ooh, that's all like 20 to me.
I'm losing my voice.
They definitely keep
Kenny
it in the
Omega with
closet.
14-year-old Joshis.
They definitely keep it in the closet. I'm telling you that.
Oh, that's 21. That's 21.
Oh my
Kenny
God.
Omega's a Japanese R. Kelly.
Thank you for joining us.
you never know. Kenny
You're going to
might
make Rob lose his voice, Tony. You're going to make Rob lose his voice.
Oh, we up to 22, I think.
I thought it was 24.
Oh, yeah, 24.
I could give you 25. No.
No. Oh, for God's sake, no.
You want to
Wait
do
a
it,
minute.
Nicole.
R. Kelly,
You
R.
want to
Kelly
do
was
it.
trying to get 12.
Throw it
What
out
do we
there.
get
You know what? No, I ain't gonna do that.
That's 25. Nicole, you get
If you add up Kenny Omega's youngest and R. Kelly's, it wouldn't even equal 25.
Man. Thank you for joining us, Chris.
See, I didn't do it.
Let's play
No,
greater
that
than
one's
and let's
official. We'll count that one. O-Town got it. Holy shit.
Nah, but you know, Kenny might be into that stuff. You know, he might like that hentai or that bukkake or whatever they want to call. You know, he might be into
Wait. You said bukkake.
I got to mute myself.
Thank you for joining us on
Oh, that's
FTW
27.
Future Focus.
Oh, we're going to hit a record today. I feel it.
He like the little Asian girls with the two ponytails that, oh my God, yes, Mr. Kenny.
Thank you for joining us. I swear to God, I am going to do one episode where the thank you for joining us will be banned, and I'm not going to
Mute Nicole's mic. Mute Nicole's mic.
I swear we're going to do one episode that's no holds barred, and I will not stop you.
I get that, Rob. I don't know who the hell's going to be in that episode.
Oh my
Because that ain't
God.
going to happen with this crew.
We'll get thrown off the air, Rob, if you don't.
The FCC will break down the doors and arrest us one by one.
That would be the one episode where you don't send me the link to log in.
Oh, God.
Man, I'm
Bobby,
telling you.
what's
But
next?
after instead of talk about Kenny, like, y'all gonna leave Kenny Omega alone because there's a massage place in Tinley Park.
Don't go there.
And they
Tony,
over,
don't.
And they over 18. And I'm like, oh my God.
Don't do it, Tony.
Kenny Omega owns it.
Honda. I love my
Thank you for
Joshis.
joining
I love
us
my-
on FTW.
I love my
Future Focus.
age Joshi. That's 29.
We are not advertising these things exclusively.
Oh, I'm a
on our-
pick for that place, Rob.
Wait a minute. You said we're not advertising these things. Didn't Kenny Omega say that the same time she came up from Japan?
Thank you for joining us on
Joining
FTW
us.
Future Focus. Oh God.
No, they don't look old enough, so he can't advertise that.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh dear God.
All right, don't we got somebody interview tonight?
No, he's not going to be able to make it.
Oh, so we can keep going. Let's make a record.
I was looking forward to that.
I thought Bobby was a little calm because you know when with time and when somebody's coming on, I was like, he's a little calm right now.
Message on the time. So I thought we had somebody coming up. So I was like, oh, we got Buddha.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it happens. He got called.
Time
for something,
constraint.
That's fine. Yeah. What's the
No,
extra
we
subject
good.
you said you had?
Good.
Hard
Because
subject to change.
we could do this shit all day.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, no.
Oh, we could do
No.
this all day.
Rob's gonna have a heart attack, Tony. You and Nicole gotta calm down.
Let's talk about my birthday boo. Like, we can fill time on my birthday boo.
I love her. Her book is awesome.
I want to talk about relevant wrestlers right now.
I think she would scare Kenny Omega.
Oh, she'll fuck Kenny Omega up.
Yes.
But first of all, Kenny Omega will go running away because she ain't 17 or younger.
She ain't 12.
Yeah, but all the 9-year-olds he likes are still taller than AJ.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Let me mute myself.
Wow.
Please don't call to catch a predator.
Wait,
For the love of
Chris,
God.
wait, Chris put himself on timeout.
Oh, dear God in heaven. I'm going to put myself on nitroglycerin here in a minute. Oh,
That's what Kenny uses to get the little Asian girls ready for his special
I'm done.
evening.
thank you for joining us.
Let's end the show early tonight, Bobby. This is the behind the scenes show. I don't know how it got out to the front.
God.
Wait. Time out before anything else is said. I'm sorry, Mom. She watching
You know
live.
we love our number one fan.
Because she watching live. The football season over, so she watching live. I'm sorry. But we gonna break a record today.
I think we already did.
No, we're close.
32. We're 4 away. We're 5
Oh,
away.
dear
We're 5 away.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's get.
Isn't that what Kenny Omega said when he saw that one girl?
Thank you
What'd he
for
say?
joining us
What'd he
on FTW Future.
You suck a the cock, you get that spot.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
We have
We
34
will
at
not
least now.
topple your PP.
You know how like the Road Warriors are the only. The Road Warriors won the.
That's what the top of your PP.
The Road Warriors won the AWA championship, the NWA, and the WWE. Kenny Omega wrestled a 9-year-old blow-up doll and Invisible Man.
And guess what? He won the PBS championship.
So nobody will ever take that away from him.
Oh dear God.
With time. So Chris, do that make him a Triple Crown champion?
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus today. We have just hit a record of 37 of these
That is the
catchphrases.
record.
No, that doesn't make him a triple crown champion. It makes him a triple condom champion.
A Triple Condom champion without doubt.
One layer of rubber, one
Joining
layer
us
of
on
reinforced
FTW.
steel.
If
and another layer of
the
rubber.
blow-up doll's made out of rubber, why would he put?
You never
Thank
know
you
where-
for
you never know
joining
where
us
that
on
dog's been.
FTW Future.
My daughter just texted me. You guys are stupid.
Oh dear God in heaven.
You never know where that rubber has been.
Oh God, I didn't.
I don't ever know
who
who's
had
watching.
that offer.
I
Thank
tell
you
everybody
for
to watch.
joining-
I never know when they're gonna watch.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm gonna crack on the dude. I'm just gonna be straight up cracking on the dude because why in the heck? How can you even be attracted to Riho?
It's somebody for everybody.
No, if I was in,
No,
I'm
no,
attracted to Oriental women. Rio's, but as a wrestler, that's a whole different subject. She's 90 pounds. I just don't. And her first feud was with the big girl.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
hold on. I get what you're saying about the wrestling and trying to separate the woman from the wrestling, but how can you separate that in this subject? I'm sorry, Rio is 90 pounds. That's my point. That's
How
not a
much
woman.
did old girl weigh? The girl that dressed up like a pirate, Kyrie.
92.
And I was attracted to her too. She was a little cutie pie.
Kyrie's like 110.
She's a little cutie pie though.
She looks like a little girl. I'm sorry.
Down Kyrie's a little girl too, but she's bigger than Rio.
Yeah.
But when you watch their style and the anime and what their culture is, it does. No, it does. They look like superheroes. I watch anime, and that's how they dress. They dress warriors like that
Wait,
in the anime.
Chris, can I ask you a question?
Help me,
You always
Rob.
talk about- You always
Help
talk
me,
about,
Rob.
Chris, you always talk about your believability, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't say that. That's why I said the wrestling part. But he was talking about looks. I think they're cute. They're good-looking women.
Okay,
Oh,
first,
cute, yeah.
first of all, like I've said before, and with a lot of Joshis, Riho has unique skills in the ring. She can bend and sell in ways that other ladies can't. That's one of her gifts in the ring. And I realize that her size causes you to not suspend your disbelief, but that's part of her attraction, especially in Japan. Number two, there are a lot of Asian women, Japanese ladies in particular, that are absolutely timeless. When they're in their 40s, they look like they're in their 20s. And
Asuka.
yes, exactly. Asuka is one of the hottest Japanese women on
She's
the
in her
face of this
40s.
planet. And I concur with Chris that Japanese ladies have a certain charm to them. That now I think that all women of the rainbow are hot. All right. I wish they could all be California girls, but there's
Ugh.
Japanese. What?
You said California girls.
What's wrong with California
Let
girls?
Rob. Rob is doing metaphors. He's using song lyrics. If you really listen to Rob talk,
say those
these
are
are
song
lyrics
lyrics,
from
Bob.
songs.
I hope
Thank
so.
you.
California Girls is a lyric from a song. That's how he talks. I understand you, Rob. I'm listening, Rob.
We all get
Rob,
you,
I'm with
The
you,
only one
brother.
person that
Me
gets
and you,
Keep
Rob.
going.
No.
Rob's a poet.
What the fuck?
I'm
You didn't get the
listening to
Beach
him.
Boys references?
I'm listening to Rob. Rob is on point right now. I'm listening to him.
Bobby, do you even have you ever heard a Beach Boys song?
I never heard of a beach boy in my life.
That's why he missed it. That's why.
I know female lifeguards. That's no beach boys.
See, Robert, like he
Ain't no
makes his-
female lifeguard gonna pull you out the ocean, Bobby. You too big for him. I'm too big for him. You
Wait.
need a
Jane
man.
Cargill,
pull
if
you
she
out.
were a
Jane
lifeguard,
could.
could pull you out.
Wait, can we get
Maybe.
you talking out your ass?
Yeah.
I thought we just did. I thought that was the segment.
Rob is so crazy.
I'm not quite sure that's what the mastermind had in mind. We put that on the
It sounded like it though. This is perfect for
Oh,
the
yeah.
segment.
You got the Kenny Omega, and I got carried away. I got carried away when we started doing Kenny Omega and all
I
these
mean,
jokes.
Kenny and the Young Bucks chap his ass anyway, and that's what we've been going into.
Corey Graves and Kenny Omega set Bobby off today. Corey Graves and Kenny Omega, and Bobby just loses it.
But the 39.
All right. Now, on a serious note, going to a new segment called Talking Out Your Ass. This is where a wrestler, a wrestling fan, a wrestling commentator, someone that does a podcast like myself, has said something to where it sounds like they're talking out their ass. On this one, boy, oh boy, Tony, I love you like a brother, man, but you're going to be disappointed in this one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Is it AJ?
No, it's you.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. Where's
What
it
did I
at?
say?
I don't know. Oh, there you go.
What Tony say?
Hey, everybody, what the fuck did I say?
I'm going to play it.
I'm
And
talking my ass now. I mean,
Oh God, this is hilarious if it's Tony.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Is that the bunny?
hell
No,
no.
that's Britt.
Who? Oh, Britt Baker?
Britt Baker.
It's blurry on my thing. I got it on the phone.
No
And
sound. There.
as someone who loves AEW more than anything in the world and has so much pride, and at a time when it felt like we were really like something special, and we had some of the biggest names in professional wrestling all like fighting for our same team, and especially after a huge pay-per-view. That pay-per-view was amazing. It was one of the biggest houses we ever had. That scrum was heartbreaking. And it was embarrassing and it was disappointing because it just felt like, and for a moment in time that this felt like a very much a disaster, and you never want that to happen. And that happens every day. There's days where I like stub my toe in the dental office. I'm like, oh my God, this is a disaster. You never want that feeling. It happens all the time. And that was definitely a time in AEW where I was like, man, this sucks. So just speaking solely on what I watched, because that's all I can talk about is what I saw and the scrum.
Mhm.
So just speaking solely on what I watched, because that's all I can talk about is what I saw and the scrum and what I heard. And as someone who loves AEW more than anything in the world and has so much pride, and at a time when it felt like we were really...
Okay, so I think that's repeating itself.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go last in this one, but let's kick it off with Nicole. Do you think that she was talking out her ass, or
Talking out of her ass, the JJ, her mouth, her nose, everything. This girl is only talking about that because of who signs her paycheck. Well, one of her paychecks. She says she loves wrestling more than anything else, but she is a dentist beforehand before anything else.
She really
So
did it?
dentistry is her side hustle now?
Oh, I didn't know she. I thought it was a gimmick. I didn't know she was a real dentist.
Oh no, she's
yeah.
a real.
Yeah, she's
Oh, I
a
thought she was
very
dentist
real
like
dentist.
I thought she was dentist like Kane. Like
No,
Isaac
she's
Kane.
a real
No, she's a real
DMD.
dentist.
Yep, she's got her own practice, everything.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
sure
learned
she's.
something new.
Yeah, I'm sure
I
she's
didn't know
got a
you can go
damn
to school
good
for 6
deal.
years
with-
for a side hustle. I didn't know that.
Hmm.
I mean, I just don't understand what she's saying. Like, what was that one part she said that she doesn't understand? She's only gonna go off what she saw. But honey, you got the inside track because your man is friends with the 3 people on the top, so you should know what was going on. Apparently, everybody talks about each other behind the scenes, and you ain't heard none yet, or you too busy starting fights of your own and getting Thunder Rosa fired. I don't understand why she mad. She thinks because CM Punk said something that was basically true about the company and the people who run it. She mad because somebody said the truth. Somebody has to explain that part to me. I don't understand her at all. So y'all can explain it to me.
I heard that. I got you. I can't say nothing on that one. Tony.
Honestly, in my opinion, AEW haven't been the same since the Scrum. So I mean, like, y'all can like criticize her because who she is and who she related to. Adam Cole wasn't at the Scrum. He wasn't there. So we don't know what she knows. But if this was somebody who wasn't related to like the people involved in it, I don't really have a problem with what she said with it, because where AEW was at before this shit happened versus where they at afterwards, and it's not even pointing fingers. It's not even pointing fingers at Punk. It ain't pointing fingers at Buck. It ain't pointing fingers at anybody. Where they were at after this shit, it ain't good. The product was a hell of a lot better before that shit happened. It's not that good afterwards. AEW since September on has been horse shit since that shit happened, though. So I kind of see where she's coming from.
I wish she would have said that, because she didn't really say anything.
But she didn't really point fingers or anything like that. It wasn't like she was like, oh, CM Punk was a horrible person or anything like that. It was just like she loved the company and she didn't like the shit that happened at that Scrum, and she don't like where it's at after that. That's how I took it. And I gotta agree with her, because I don't like where AEW has been from September on. It's been a huge disappointment since that Scrum happened. That's how I look at it.
I got you.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we hear you. Go ahead, by the way. Go ahead, Chris.
I got no audio if y'all can hear me.
No, we
We
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you.
You're good.
He
He can't hear us say that he's good.
He can't
Chris,
hear-
look
yeah.
at the screen.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
But he can't hear
we
us.
can hear you.
Skip him.
Yeah. Rob, you next.
All right, 2 things here. Number 1, okay.
Okay, now we need
okay.
to mute him.
Okay, number 1, it was a complete hot take. It was just, and there was really no new information that that Britt volunteered in that whole thing. She was just kind of rambling about the Scrum. But in essence, she is right in that the whole company has divided around who was right and who was wrong after that damned event. And the fact that we're still talking about it at all is a fucking sorry ass commentary on how effective it was at dividing the whole roster. And Tony is right. It hasn't been the same since Labor Day. So well, I don't think Britt Baker was completely out of line or completely talking out her ass, but she was rambling. She really should have just left it alone because it didn't really say anything.
I agree with you, Rob.
Yeah, I wish that we could just stop talking about the whole damn thing because I wish and I pray that the whole thing is a work and that Punk is going to come back when he's not injured anymore. But I'm starting to think that even that is thin ice. So I wish the whole damn situation would just go away.
All right, now my turn. How can I say this delicately but nicely?
Just say what you mean.
Because she couldn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you for joining us on FTW. Never mind.
My thing is this. When I look at that, and I guess I look at it in a different way than a couple of you guys have. There's a different light that I take on it. My thing was, if she was truly like over this BS, she would have just been like, "Yeah, that's something I want to talk about. It happened, and blah blah blah. Let's just move on from it." And notice CM Punk hasn't said anything about the situation. He's let it go because guess what? He knows he's in the right. He doesn't have to convince anybody. Look, I know I'm right. Screw you. Go on about your business. But you got this guy or this lady whose husband or boyfriend or jumping on the pole, I don't know what the proper relationship is, but he is friends with those people that were involved in that situation. They are buddies. They're best friends. They're not just somebody that just says hi in a locker room and walk off. They hang out together. They drink together. Hell, we don't know. They might bang Britt Baker together. We don't know that.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for beating me to it.
I'm just being 100% honest. We don't know that.
Well, yeah, nobody knows.
Hold on. Let me take that back. The Young Bucks hasn't broke their virginity yet, so they probably haven't. She looks like a woman. She don't look like a 12-year-old, so Kenny Omega probably hasn't.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
The only one that's left is Hangman Page. So, All right. So we broke down the other three and leave it to one that could possibly. But my thing is this. It was kind of a passive-aggressive slap in the face that she was trying to do. And that's the way I took it. Oh, well, I don't know. AEW was just so wonderful because we were doing everything together.
But that's how she always talks.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, it just got sucky because someone called someone out, which happens to be your fucking friend's buddy. Now, if you properly wanted to do this shit, you could have set up there and said, well, you know what? Hangman Page was out of line for going on TV, going into business for himself, starting this whole bullshit. If you wanted to be straight up, you could have said, well, the rumors that spread to these dirt sheets should have never been done in the first place to get the situation started. No. Everybody wants to sit up here and concentrate on what happened at the scrum instead of look at what caused that to happen at the scrum. And that's what irritates the hell out of me on this. Everybody wants to sweep this under the rug. No, it shouldn't be swept up under the rug. It should be exposed to the fullest extent. Because that's how people like this get over, not only in the independents, but in the national scene of professional wrestling. Why do you think Hulk Hogan survived so long? Because he kept quiet and nobody talked about it. And he was like, that doesn't work for me, brother. Well, you shouldn't be working at the company, brother, because you're working taking their money. And at the same time, when you start drama like that, again, there are rules that CM Punk has went through when he was in wrestling. I went through the same rules. Rob, you know some of them that you just don't do. And CM Punk acted appropriately to them rules. And the thing that aggravates me the most is when you see wrestling fans sit up here and say, well, he just emasculated Tony Khan when he just did what he did on that thing. No, he didn't. The emasculation happened to Tony Khan when Hangman Page went out there on Tony Khan's dime and went into business for itself. That was the emasculation phase. And the continued emasculation is when the Young Bucks and Hangman Page tried to play the innocent role because he knows that Tony Khan doesn't understand those rules of wrestling.
Okay, I got a question for you. I want you to explain this part to me. CM Punk thing is like Hangman Adam Page went into business for himself for the stuff that he did. CM Punk did the exact same thing.
When
he went into business for himself, when he called out Hangman Adam Page.
No, he was reacting to what Hangman Page did. That's not.
But the reaction was essentially the same thing, though, because that was not what Tony Khan
going into business was on TV. Hangman Page did that shit on TV. The scrum is something we saw on YouTube. No, it's on YouTube.
No. I'm not talking about the scrum.
I know what you're talking about.
When CM Punk called out Hangman Adam Page on TV.
Oh, I know. I got you. And he was right about doing that, though. He was. But don't you treat somebody, Bobby, if they cut up and do something wrong? Don't y'all call them out on the spot?
But the thing is, what most fans was like, how can you say like he was wrong and you did the same thing though?
Wait,
how do you address that?
Let me give you the eventual graduation of events to show why he wasn't wrong. Okay. First off, when something like that happens, you're like, huh? Wait a minute. Okay, let's go to the back. Let's figure this out.
Right.
You went to the back, tried to figure it out. Of course, they didn't want to apologize. Not like that. They had their asses on their shoulders. So, okay, I see what you did. You purposely disrespected me on TV, blah, 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 blah. He gave a warning shot. He said right there on TV, because guess what? Adam Page brought it on TV to start the stuff. The disrespect, the apology must be just as loud as the disrespect. Which means you must apologize in a loud form the same way you disrespected me in the loud form, in the public forum.
Right.
Because everybody knows in that locker room, the repercussions is, if you don't do that, the next step is, I'm going to sit up there and I'm going to do the same thing to you on TV to get my receipt. That's what they call receipts. And all of a sudden, everybody wanted to be quiet because they're like, oh man, we can't believe CM Punk went out there and said that. Hold on, what's going on here? This wasn't supposed to go according to the script. I thought he would just play along and he didn't say anything. What are we going to do? And Kenny Omega's up here like, hey, I'm with this 11-year-old girl. Leave me alone. I got to think about this.
Thank you for joining us.
Bobby, a metaphor. Cena did the same thing to The Rock. Remember when he called The Rock out and said, you got to write your lines on your hand?
Yep.
Like he was sitting there literally like, you're not going to clown me, Rock. Right. You write your lines down. I'm out here doing this shit for real. Right. You just showing up. He called him out right on TV, and The Rock didn't say nothing.
Right.
He had no comeback for it.
And The Rock wasn't even as far as disrespectful as Hangman
as this was, right?
A couple of points.
Hold on, let me finish, Rob.
Okay, go ahead.
The thing that makes me mad about the whole thing is I do feel bad for Tony Khan because he didn't know.
He doesn't know.
And the Young Bucks and Omega knows. And they use his ignorance to twist everything and to get their way.
So his ignorance was their bliss.
No, I disagree with Bobby. Do they really know? They never been at a big company like WWE. Think about all the wrestlers that they hate were guys that came over from WWE.
Listen to what I'm saying. You thinking of the big picture like, oh, well, they just stepped into AEW. No, they've been in the independents. They were running the independent shows. This is something that you learn when you go to wrestling school day 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're ignorant.
This is not a day 1 lesson. This is a day 2 lesson. If you go past day 1 lesson, you learn about this, and they see you serious, you learn about this stuff right here. This is not something that is unknown. This is not something to work. Well, if you make a certain status, then you see this, this, and this. No, this is day 2 because in the independents, if you don't own your own show or you're running the show or you're booking or you're kissing the booker's ass or whatever, if you do that in independence and you're an independent wrestler, guess what happens?
You ain't making that money.
You ain't, number one, you ain't making that money. And number 2, you get to the back, you getting your ass whooped. Chairs will come out, sticks will come out, belts will come out, and that whole locker room is whooping your ass. It's like your mama caught you stealing in the stall.
Oh, how come Adam Page looks like the only one that was unscathed and he started it? Like he's getting title match after title match. He's in main. How the fuck did he get? He benefited from it.
Exactly.
Because he was friends with the guys who were in charge. And Bobby struck on something that was very important here. We're talking about money, we're talking about politics, and we're talking about disrespect in the wrestling industry, which is a very big deal on the independent circuit because the community is small.
Right.
And everybody knows everybody else. And if that kind of reputation follows you, you're going to be a toxic nightmare in every locker room you walk into. And that's part of the problem that the Bucks have specifically, because they didn't train the same way that Punk trained or that a lot of the professionals trained. So they have more a tiny minuscule more of an excuse than Omega does for trying to pull that shit. Now, Punk was provoked. We all understand that. Page took the first shot. Punk tried to be a gentleman. They wouldn't let it go because they started the high school whisper campaign shit, and then Punk lost it. Punk was in the right until the media scrum when he lost it. That was the only thing that he did wrong.
No, they busted into his locker room, didn't they, Bobby?
Yep.
That was after the scrum.
Right. I'm just saying, he went to his locker room to chill.
Exactly. Well, see, because he lost his temper and played into their game, that was the only thing Punk did wrong, and that's what they wanted him to do. That's why this whole... Yeah, that's
how many people busted in MJF's locker room after what he said in the last scrum?
Hold on. I'm going to answer something on here because something important he said that something's got to follow it so you can see the exact direct thing of it. You said basically that even though they did what they did, CM Punk in that media scrum should have never did what he did to go ahead and allow them to bust into his locker room or what have you. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm sorry. I disagree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Don't start none, won't be none. Basically, they started it. He tried to call out the disrespect, blah, 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 and they still didn't do anything. So, to get the truth out there, he had to do that. He had to sit up there and say, okay, because guess what? The journalists at the media scrum was part of the problem because they're buddies with him too, and they spread the rumors. So he said, yeah, do you call yourself a journalist? No, and that's why he was asking the questions to the one guy. And then he broke it down.
And that one guy was a friend of Colt Cabana.
I thought it was Dave Meltzer.
He was not a friend of Colt Cabana.
Former
friend. Colt Cabana didn't need to come out at that scrum, though.
Yeah, that wasn't necessary.
But that was the reason for
all that shit was him being petty, and it fed into all that shit too. Because CM Punk was pretty fucking petty in that scrum.
He should have been. He should have been.
To be fair, Punk was in a no-win situation.
Yep.
If he had said nothing, the bullshit would have continued.
Yep.
But they wanted him to react the way that he did so that they could get him into trouble. It's high school bullshit.
And the guy that has the ultimate pipe bomb, you want to set him off? A guy that can do a pipe bomb at any moment? Come on now.
But this is the thing,
Because they
Chris.
wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah, hey Chris,
Now-
you gotta understand they were trying to play his reputation he had from WWE against him.
All right. Now, Chris, you do have a point.
I think it makes him a legend even bigger to me.
It does, and it makes his stock even bigger if he does decide to come back. But here's the thing, if it's not a work like I thought it was at the beginning, then God knows how toxic the locker room will be if he does come back, because people have already chosen sides. Britt Baker chose her side, you just heard it. So
When has she been relevant?
I don't know.
Remember, she's not even relevant anymore.
All I'm
If-
gonna say is she got a mouthful.
Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
there was a toxic relationship, and they still push Brock Lesnar in WWE. We
But-
understand when you're at the top of the business, you're the most hated and loved wrestler in a company. We all
No.
understand that.
But
Flair
the problem
was.
is, though,
Hogan
in
was.
In AEW, a lot of people pick their side, and it ain't CM Punk's side.
Yeah, the
majority of them
WWE wrestlers other than Jericho picked CM Punk's side.
Well, Chris, Tony,
Facts.
like you guys said, Brock Lesnar does make bank, so they let him get away with murder. He's their
You see what I'm
show.
saying?
Okay, now check this out, guys. We're gonna continue this conversation a little later because, ironically, my interview did show up.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Let me push
cool.
mute. Let's listen to this.
Yes. He did show up. He's in the waiting lobby right now. Give me a second. Let me get this going here. Hold on. Here we go. What's up?
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you today, sir?
Kicked back, relaxed, and enjoying myself. I was listening to your conversation there for a couple minutes.
Yeah, we get it. We get into some really pretty deep conversations, about what's going on. And
Is that what that was?
yeah,
Deep conversation? Oh man.
CM Punk, what happened to him? Britt Baker saying her little stuff. We get all aspects of it, man. It's kind of trying to break it down, but you got a big thing going on next week, bro.
Do I got what now?
You got a big thing going on next week.
Oh, I mean, I have a big thing going on every week. I'm a big deal. So
Right on. Well, go ahead and introduce yourself, everybody, to the FTW Future Focus audience.
Oh, my name is Skylar Reed. I'm originally lived in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, St. John's, Newfoundland. I'm sure most Americans don't know where that is, so no offense.
We know where
to
Toronto's
them.
at, so we good.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so.
No.
It's one of the biggest cities in the entire world.
Newfoundland's an island. I know it.
Newfoundland, yeah, that's how you say it. I always hear people say Newfoundland, and it makes me throw up in my mouth. But that's just me. Yeah. What else do you want to know? I mean, you asked me. You're the interview.
Yeah. How long you been in the business, bro?
Oh, see, I'm old, so 10 plus years. I think it's like 15, but I can never remember past 10, so I don't even try anymore.
Okay.
Hey, you say you old? How old are you?
About to be 35.
You still a kid.
Yeah.
My body does not say kid. No.
I'm sure of that. So
Is that an AJ Lee poster behind you?
exactly, it is. It's her birthday today. That's my boo.
Oh man, I might have to. How do I get my screen to go bigger so I don't have to look at the rest of you? Jeez.
Skylar, it sounds like you're a heel.
I am whatever you would like me to be, as long as the check does not bounce.
Good point.
That's
Very
the most
good
important
point.
part.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
who is
yes.
this? Who is this in the middle? That's too good to be in his seat.
Oh, that's Mr. Chris Woods. I think he's just taking a
Gadget?
break for a minute.
Oh,
the Gadget brother.
Bro. Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Skylar, tell us about the match that you're having with World's Finest Wrestling on the 25th.
Oh, see, that's tough because I've been trying to look up what is it? It's a 5-way that became a 4-way, but I mean, none of that matters to me as long as I win and they give me a title shot at the end of it. That's all that matters to me.
Mm.
I've done 6-way scrambles, battle royals, and doesn't matter how many people there are as long as one guy gets the pick.
Mm. Cool. When it comes to scramble matches, how much do you have to change the style of wrestling that you do in the ring? Is it more on the fly, or is it just pick a guy and go with you?
See, this guy's got the good question. See, once I heard he said I knew where Newfoundland was, that's a good question. So I like to dissect body parts as much as I can.
Mm.
Not like a joint manipulation, but if that comes to it, like a Garvin stomp. You remember Ronnie Garvin?
Yes,
Yeah,
I do.
absolutely. Yeah.
Like a Garvin stomp. Not a Randy Orton Garvin stomp, like an original
The,
Garvin
ri-
Garvin
stomp.
the
stomp,
real
yeah.
one.
Yeah. So,
WCW TBS on Saturday nights.
oh, I mean, way before that. I don't even. NWA, yeah, sure. We
Mhm.
can go with that. But I like to destroy body parts. So when there's 5 or 6 other people, 4, I don't actually know what the number is going to be because I've heard some things that may have happened. I did not do anything to anyone that's not showing up. Just putting that out there. But you can't really focus on body parts when there's 3 or 4 other people behind you. I think there may be even a lady in the match. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Oh, look, Mr. Big Time in here has showed up to the interview.
I'm loving this dude.
Is your name Mr. Rogers?
My name
Oh,
is Bob Rogers.
Look at that.
That's right.
Aren't you supposed to wear like a sweater or something? I've never seen that show.
Oh,
but-
wow.
Right?
Wow, he gonna crack on me. Okay.
And you, I'm pointing at you up there in the top right. You haven't even said a word.
Oh, she's silent but deadly.
Yeah, I see this.
Yep. Nature Girl Nicole likes to watch and listen because she's our media expert.
Oh, media. Well, have you been checking my social medias before I came on here?
Yes.
What does it say? No idea. She's just not going to talk to me, huh?
Oh.
That's understandable.
I can't wait to meet you next Saturday. I swear to God.
Oh no. You're not
Shit.
going to wear a Colts jersey, are you?
And he's in Chicago. And he's in Chicago right now. They
I like
talk
that
shit to
man.
me.
It's for Pat McAfee.
I
It's one of
mean-
the stuff we had going on. I love Pat McAfee.
That's the
It's
first Pat
sad
McAfee
enough.
jersey I've ever seen.
It's sad enough that you're in Chicago, but now you're representing a Colts jersey.
I am.
This
guy's fantastic.
I'm in Indianapolis. I'm gonna see you next week. We
Oh,
can fight this out next week. I ain't care.
I don't
We'll
fight
make
people
we'll
that
make
aren't
it.
in the
We'll
ring.
make a 5-way or a 6-way. God damn it!
Oh,
Why?
good God. Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Please DDT him on his head.
Seriously,
Power
guys.
drive
Oh,
Tony
God.
for me.
Seriously,
We
guys.
all know it's going to end bad for me. We already know it's going to end bad for me.
Okay.
But seriously, guys, you know what? You got a match next week, and this is for the winner of that gets a title shot. From what you're saying,
I have no idea, but if I beat a bunch of people, I deserve a title shot. That's as easy as I make it.
right on, right on. How many
Skylar, how,
championships have you had before?
Oh, I have 2 of them in my bag right now. So, let's see. How many have I had? Oh, jeez. A
Too many
lot.
to- Yeah.
Let's
okay.
say, so there's a couple heavyweights. There's a couple like middleweights. I've been a lightweight champion before. I actually enjoy tag team wrestling. So
Yeah.
I probably have like 15 to 20 tag team title reigns.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, but I have something called the Slamming Championship title right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there's all types of stuff that I have. Oh, all right, this will, what is it? Nicole, right? Nicole, equal opportunity. I was a women's champion last Saturday for like 2 minutes. Yep.
Huh.
Who'd you beat
Equal
for that?
opportunities.
Wait, who'd you beat for that title?
Her name is Leslie Michelle. Leslie LaMudica, if you know, in the Chicago area.
Leslie LaMudica. I think that sounds familiar.
If you live in Chicago, you should know who she is. She
I
is you should probably hop off of this right now. Go look her up, and then you'll probably change your background image up there.
Oh wow!
now, well, I
That's my
lived
boo
in,
now. So like you talk, that's a bold ass statement.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
but he said it. He said it.
I beat her, so I'm just saying, just putting it out
Okay.
there.
I'll check her out. I'm gonna check her out.
Skylar, how long have you been associated with World's Finest?
Oh, a month?
About a month?
No,
Oh.
let's see. They talked
They're
to
veteran.
me like the beginning of the year, I think. Actually, no, I was supposed to come down for some other show, and then I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember why. I'll have to talk to someone about that. His name's Keith, I believe, right?
Yeah.
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 But yeah, there's some other things that I can't probably mention on your show.
Yeah.
But this will be the first event that they
Cool.
paid for my services.
Well, this will be a first for us too, for World's Finest. So it's going to be a pleasure to work with you. Bobby, do you have any other questions?
I'm just trying
Are
to
you writing me off right now?
That's what it feels like to me.
Look,
Oh, Skylar, I heard the
absolutely
same thing, Skylar.
your Britt Baker conversation was not more important than Skylar. I'll tell you that.
I love him. I love him already.
No.
You don't even have my last name up there.
No. I want
Wait,
Bobby's the host of the show, so I want to give him a
Bobby.
chance to ask questions.
Oh, so you don't throw me under the bus, really?
Oh, you the boss, though. You the boss.
You guys have
wait,
all
what's
these-
your name? You put that name in there, man.
That guy's
Yeah,
name is
I
not
didn't
Gadget.
even put that name. You put that
Why
in
you
there.
did that shit?
Can I ask a quick question?
His name's
I'm
not
going to meet
really
you next
Gadget.
weekend. And I
Okay.
just want to know, because I'm going to look you up. I like to see your matches and stuff. What promotion do you normally wrestle for on a regular basis, or is it just?
I bounce all over the place. So when I was in Newfoundland, that was Republic Pro, I think it's called.
Okay.
Let's see. Geez, I don't even remember Toronto. It was so long ago. I've basically been anywhere in the Midwest down to like Alabama. So, and
Wow.
yeah, there's got to be stuff out there. I mean, you can look me up. They actually have my matches, my stats on like, what is that, Wrestle Cage or something? I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. But there's like a wrestling database that has stats. I'm in there somewhere.
Is there
Skylar? Is there a last name, or is it just Skylar?
That's what I'm wondering. Where's my last name?
That's your fault, dude. You put your name in it. That's all you.
It already said Skylar when I came in, so I was like, "Oh, well, I guess I'll just keep it." But there's a YouTube page, Instagram.
Cool.
I'm on Twitch sometimes, Facebook. Skylar Reed, REED.
Skylar
Reed.
That's a throwback to my boy, the Natural Butch Reed. So
nice.
Yes. Doom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott, we cool again.
Oh. See,
Check you out, brother.
I'm like a wrestling encyclopedia, so if you ever want to talk wrestling knowledge, you can always hit me up.
I cannot wait to see you on Saturday then, dude.
Solid.
You sold me, brother. I just met you for 30 seconds. I'm sold.
Man, I love it. I love this dude. I love
Skylar,
it.
is there a particular part of the country that you like wrestling in that complements your style? Is it the Midwest especially, or do you like the South? Or
I like the South. The South is so much more. They're open to weird and like how do I put it?
Dude, Chris.
They enjoy the inside of the ring wrestling, where like the Midwest it can get a little out of hand. Actually, I will put you on some knowledge. So if you look up Skylar Reed, let's make sure you spell my name right. SkylarReed on YouTube, versus Gunner Brave. He and I had a 45. It was almost an hour long, no holds barred match.
Wow.
Sweet. Yeah, I know Gunner. I called a few of his matches.
What's
for
his name
New Wave
again?
Pro.
What's his
Gunner
name?
Brave.
Gunner Brave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Gunner. God, I gotta look that up.
Yep.
Sweet.
One of my I would probably say top 5 matches of all my career. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
What's that top match you got though? What's the top one? Tip top.
I would it's hard to do that, but because there's so many that aren't on video.
Right.
There's some tag team matches that like I walked away and I'm like, wow. There's a guy in Wisconsin I wrestled. His name's Sean Priest. He and I basically beat the tar out of each other for like 15, 20 minutes. And afterwards, I'm just like, wow. Pat Monix, he's kind of a big deal on the indies. I wrestled him. That was pretty awesome. There's footage of that, but it's like fan footage. So you hear a lot of like swearing and nonsense. But that's on YouTube.
I like swearing nonsense, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's on there. Skylar Reed versus Pat Monix. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, the Leslie match from this past weekend. Even though I had to hit her with a chair at the end, she got out of hand. But yeah, that match was pretty big. There should be video of that. Probably.
Would you say she was whooping your ass for a little bit?
I won't go that far. My manager had to step in. My social media manager, Logan Ross, had to step in and put a stop to it because I'm a viral Canadian. So, wait, okay, I got one more. I hope I'm not holding you guys up too long. But,
you're good. Keep going. I love you.
I wrestled. My partner and I, Devin August, were called the Kings of the Six. The Six is Toronto or the Dot, whichever you want to call it. It's a bunch of nicknames. We had Michael Myers on our team, and we wrestled. I believe it was No Coast and Darth Vader. So that one went a bit viral. So it's kind of one of those fun ones to talk about. So that's probably 5 right there, I think.
Now we got somebody else that's coming on the stream that's going to be in the same, actually in the same match, from what I understand.
Oh boy, who am I looking at?
He is.
Yeah. Oh man.
He is actually known from the Hawaiian Islands. He is Koa, and I'm going to say this last name wrong. Please excuse me. Laxamana.
That sounds perfect.
Okay, great. I did graduate high school. Okay, so
it's because he's a nice guy.
Yeah. So, Mr. Laxamana, you are going to actually be in the scramble match against Skylar. You are known all over the place. I've seen you on a couple of things, matches yourself. Also, news articles, things of that nature. You've been all over the place. My question is, what do you have planned with this scramble match to come out on top? Because Skyler's got a plan. What about you?
I mean, the plan's pretty simple. I've seen everybody in the match, and they ain't nothing. They're nothing to look at. They don't even look like they graduated their high school PE class with honors and nothing. So I'm gonna come in there and smash heads like I always do. That's what I do. It's real easy. I come in there, I overtrain. Nobody is on my level as far as physical fitness is concerned. I come in there and I whoop ass. That's why I have a 99% winning percentage. I always go over. The reason I always go over is to smash people. Pretty simple.
We asked this question before of Skylar, wondering if you might indulge us a little bit. In a scramble match, do you have to change your style up to match that style form, or is it just pick your opponent and go 100 miles an hour?
The quickest way to victory is to go 100 miles an hour. It doesn't matter if you're wrestling. It doesn't matter if you're doing ground and pound. It doesn't matter if you're trying to be the best striker. Once you get hit in the face, it becomes pretty simple. So my style is I smash them, I fly through the air, because that's what the crowd pays to see. The best way to a victory in this is the quickest way. So in my opinion, I get there, I like to strike first, toss everybody out of the ring, find the last person left in the ring. I'd like to beat these gas prices. Just cost me $150 to fill up my truck. This is crazy.
Yeah, I just paid $50 myself.
$50 gets me a quarter tank.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about being more fuel efficient and not spending $40 and $50? Wow.
Can't do that. I bought a racing engine in my truck.
See, you do. He does like to go fast. That makes sense. It's probably one of those American things,
my
right?
Just went back to back. World of I took top honors, and I'm actually.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, because you're kind of fading in and out, brother.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm in a kind of a bad area right now. I'm still driving around. Wrestled last night in a place called Shabance, which is about an hour and a half from.
So you're on the, okay. I got you. So you two are going to be facing each other. I mean, what my thing is, I know Core's his physical training just shows a bunch of stuff. Scott, what are you going to do to counter his physical fitness there?
I mean, you heard what he's going to do. He's going to run 100 miles an hour. He's going to hit a wall. He can't run 100 miles an hour on 5 different guys or 4 different guys, 3 different guys. All I got to do is wait for his tank to go to E. He won't be able to go to a gas station and fill himself back up. And then I'll just take the 3. It doesn't matter how long I have to last. I just told you guys, right? I just told you there are matches out there that I wrestled for 45 minutes to an hour in a no-holds-barred match. This is going to be easy. Easy.
I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet you.
All right.
I mean, have you ever met a Canadian wrestler that can't go all day? No.
Good point.
Wait, even Chris Jericho go all day.
And I know he was talking about fitness, and that's fantastic. I will not knock your fitness. I have seen it. It is peak condition. But guys like Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, even an Owen Hart, they don't have the greatest bodies in the world, but we can all wrestle for an hour.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, next week, down at boy, this is gonna be interesting. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Wait a minute. Time out. Before that, I did notice that you have an American flag on your hat. Let's see if that American flag helps you win this match, because I know I'll be rocking my Canadian flag. Easy money. All I got to do is come down, and you guys pay me anyway.
Hold on. I got to take sides now. He said America.
Have
Okay,
you
fine,
just
Chris.
realized this?
Oh, okay, Chris, Mr. Like late for the interview.
I haven't liked
I'm with
Canada since
Skylar
Bret
on
Hart
this one.
retired.
Mr. Late for the interview. I'm with Skylar.
All right, but check this out. World Fighters Wrestling next week. We will be broadcasting live. Reagan Street Boys and Girls Club, Crawfordsville, Indiana. I'm telling you, if you ain't got nothing to do, you better come, because especially these two right here, I think they're about to blow up the place.
I don't care if you do have something to do. You put whatever you're doing down and you watch a real Canadian athlete. Maybe the first time you'll ever see one, because most of you can't afford to leave your city. So I'm coming to you.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. Saturday, March 25th, Ranger Street Boys and Girls Club, 825 North Central Avenue, Collinsville, Indiana. Doors open at 5:30. Bell time is at 6:30. Tickets are $10 general admission. Kids 5 and under are free. These guys right here. Oh my God. Skylar Reed taking on Koa Laxamana. Taking on Jay Silver. Taking on Damon Jackson with the Mayhem Militia. Taking on SheildMaiden Fairfax with Fenrir Ragnarök in a scramble match. This one's going to be off the chain. Also on the card, Devin Quinn versus Fenrir Ragnarök with SheildMaiden Fairfax. Glory Buds versus the Criminal Misfits versus the Runaway versus the Russians. Dion Freeman and Malachi we're going against Malachi with Miss Maryland. The So I Said Boys taking on the Black Cuban Society for the Tag Team Championships. Dax Knight versus the veteran Eric Draven. That's going to be something to see. Mercury Yadin versus Deanna Davis versus Mitchell Taylor for the Heritage Championship. Jake Rose versus Shea Solo also will be on the card. We talked to Jake Rose the last time we did the Independence Corner. Advanced tickets available through PayPal. You want to go if you want to go get your advanced tickets, please holler at Keith. At Keith, he's got the cards. Contact me. But I am looking forward to seeing both of you guys there next week. Wow. I can't. Oh, thank you.
Wait a minute. But before I leave, your social media person, that way? Up there somewhere?
Yeah.
You couldn't put my social media handles up here on the screen. You couldn't. I'm looking at all this nonsense that says this person on Instagram. Actually, yours is the only one that has that. I'm really close right now. What does that say? Does that say a theft? Are you stealing this network on Instagram? What does that say?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Am I wrong? Is that not what
Brother, don't do a promo on my homegirl.
No.
I'm just asking.
Chris, Mr. wasn't here in the beginning. Stay out of it. Leave Skylar alone.
It's because I'm Canadian. You didn't put my hashtag in all my Instagram and Twitters.
That's how I look at it.
I'm gonna let you know how to follow me. Skylar Reed 2, the number 2, not TOO, not TWO. Skylar Reed, the number 2, and L, because that's what Koa's gonna catch this Saturday, right?
Ooh. Koa, how do we follow you on social media?
So it's under KOA Koa, which is my actual name, my Hawaiian given name, means warrior. Koa _ Vince Edward Robin, which is my Scottish name, and that's on Instagram. I am at my maximum on Facebook. I can't handle any more people on there, so I've got everybody on Instagram right now.
Well, Koa, Skylar, good luck to you both. It's going to be a pleasure to meet you guys. Can't wait for you guys to rumble Canadian versus American. It's going to be fun.
Skylar, I can't wait to see you.
Fight.
Oh,
Wow.
Motown. Wow.
All right, guys.
Good luck to everybody.
Yes, good luck to everybody. We will definitely see you next week. Thank you guys for being on.
Absolutely.
Have a good one. Oh my God.
That was
you
awesome.
Guys off the chain.
That
I can't
was.
wait for next week, man.
They went at it. They went at it too. They went at it.
Skylar went heel on our
He
asses.
roasted Nicole though.
Oh,
I'm a fan just because of the way he roasted Nicole after what she said about me looking like her aunt. I hope you know how it feels, Nicole, to get roasted.
Chris, I'm gonna need you to watch the show over again because he roasted you way worse.
Yeah.
What did he say about me?
Yeah.
When you weren't there.
Roasted your ass.
What'd he say? Because of this?
No, because you weren't here.
We broke Bobby.
He was making fun of you, talking about you were absent and you.
Somebody messaged me jalapeno. I had to go wash the dishes.
He went in on your ass and you didn't even realize it. Like,
damn. You know what?
You
though?
know how you roasted Nicole.
Yo, I love it though.
He went on you way worse.
Hey, you know what? If I make a dude feel that way, yeah, what? I had to go wash the dishes.
Oh, dear Lord.
You ain't hurt my feelings, so I didn't care. I was just like, oh, okay.
Well, look, Nicole, then I'm going to find somebody that's going to roast you. Because I owe you. I just want you to know that. I owe you.
And then he said, I bet you don't even know what my social media says yet. I was looking at it the whole time. He's on Twitch. He's a
That was
gamer.
hilarious. That was funny.
There's a coupon code for Raise Energy, but I didn't say anything.
Nicole, you did right.
Well, Bobby,
that's going to be a good show next week.
Yes, it will.
Bobby,
Yes, it
wind
will.
us down if you would.
Yes, I will. Ladies and gentlemen, we do want to thank you for being on the FTW Future Focus. Next week, we will be broadcasting live on Saturday night from straight from Crawfordsville, Indiana. Connorsville. I'm sorry. I'm just so tripped out about that I can't even talk straight. Oh, my God. This is going to be something that's going to be off the chains, off the rockers. You guys don't want to miss it, so make sure you are either there in person or you tune in.
Bobby, can you send me a link to the advertisement for the show?
No, I ain't sending you nothing. No, you can't. Yeah, we got
you. Real quick, Rob, we
Yeah.
had 44 today.
44?
I got it too, Nicole. I can give it to you.
Okay.
Oh, dear God in heaven, please don't do that to me again.
We had the record.
That's what she said to me. Anyway.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
In the show so I can rewind this thing and watch it. What did he say about me?
Got my basketball number,
again.
baby, 45. But
watch the shit again, Chris. Roasting your ass. Like, I'm going to roast your ass in a few weeks.
Unbelievable.
But guys, we do want to thank you for being on. Tell your friends, tell your family. It's going down here at the FTW Network next week. Next Saturday is the live show, and next Sunday is our regular podcast. So we got a double dose of the FTW Network coming to you. Hope you're ready because it's time to drink.
A double dose of Motown?
WrestleMania in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yes, holy shit.
But I am your host of Mastermind, Bob Rogers. Thank you, Tony Motown Allen. Thank you, Nature Girl Nicole. Thank you, Gadget Brother. And thank you, your not so humble correspondent, the platinum voice, the man that makes Corey Graves look like a biatch.
And the guy who just set a record.
45.
Robert
Can we get one more in before we go off the air?
No.
Thank you for joining us, everybody, for FTW Future Focus. That's a real
I'm
one,
getting in
not
the
a
match.
limitation.
I'm going to be like, yo, what'd you say, man?
But hey, we do appreciate everybody coming on, watching when they do get off work or what have you. Tune in.
Real quick, Mom, I'm sorry for them. I always threw you on the bus with a text message. I'm sorry for them.
Bobby, hit the James Brown, please.
Come on, Bobby, because Tony's stepping in it, bro.
All right, guys, we out of here. We'll talk to you later.
Hit it.
Oh, how you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. There's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, Jam. Sure getting down. Look at him. Ha. We're gonna have a funky good time. 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 Let's take 'em up, Fred. We gotta take you high. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta take you high.